And coming to you live from Young Place, New Mexico, couple miles down the way from Albuquerque. We are here today with the round of 8 for NA Contenders Season 4 2020 Division number 1. These are the big leagues, the big boys, who are at least number 8. I am, of course, the host, Yaku of Yakuzaku, and with me today I have El Saboteador que Bibió Todo El Licor, Light_VIP. How we doing, Light?
What's up, Yaku? We're here. We're back with some more NA Contender. And, mate, I think for the first time in a long time, at least for me, we're going to have a broadcast and we're not going to have a PvP.
What?
What?
Is that loud?
I
have a feeling a lot of people are about to unfollow upon hearing that.
No one's going to tune in. What? No PvPs on the CranKy Ducklings?
Oh, this is what I came here for.
Yeah. Why are we here? Why are we here?
Yeah, that's a good question. Just to suffer.
Exactly.
Every night I break my legs. Wait, how does that quote go?
Oh god. We may even just bring Starduck on, at some point, and another Protoss, and we'll just have a show match PvP to end it off. Just
let's go.
Oh,
we could play PvP. A PvP.
No. No.
When's the last time you played Protoss, like?
Like a couple of months ago. I was playing random. It did not go well.
I kind of like Protoss.
Oh god.
If I didn't play Terran, I'd probably play Protoss. That's how I view it.
Oh, okay. But yeah, quickly just taking a look at the bracket. We don't have a PvP. We're not gonna have a mirror matchup other than that juicy ZVZ there in the middle.
That's the one that we had all our eyes on last time we casted this light.
Exactly.
But it is, of course, Benjadeath, the social guy, versus Hui, not solo.
Oh god, I miss him so much.
I'm pretty sure he still plays now and stuff.
Yeah. We need to get some more Hui solo. But yeah, this is great. We're gonna kick things off with something amazing, something beautiful. You know what? Let's just load on in. We got a TVZ.
That we in fact do, and of course, we're going to be starting off, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your perspective, on Submarine, the shortest rush distance map on the current map pool, and let's see how this one goes. Like,
speaking of, have you looked at the new map pool, or have you just like skimmed over it?
I skimmed over it. My favorite thing is there's a map light. It's oxidized. We breathing.
No one's gonna get that. Oh my god, the same. I've only skimmed through it. I guess I don't mind them so far, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how we settle into them.
I don't remember which map that is, but I like the one that does have the slow zones in the sort of diamond pattern. I think that's a little bit more of an interesting way of doing it compared to the current not slow zones, sorry, quick zones, compared to the current Death Aura.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I just quickly gonna ask Yaku, are you ready?
Aye, Captain.
3, 2, 1.
And speaking of ready, you get ready. Because here in the bottom right corner map, starting all the way to the bottom right corner of Submarine LE, as we do in fact all live in the LE Submarine, the LE Submarine, the LE Submarine. In the bottom right corner map, we have the Red Zerg coming down from the land of America. He is going to be playing for Clan All Inspiration. Wait, I see movement on the map. He is the player who you better get ready because he is about to make your world Worldisdoom.
And his opponent, my oh my, what a surprise we have here. We got 3 SCVs moving across the map. We have spawning in the top left-hand corner of Submarine LE, the purple, I almost said purple Protoss, the purple Terran player representing Alpha X. It is, oh my god, there's a proxy hatch as well. It's LastSurprise.
Shocker.
What's happening?
Submarine, they've definitely embraced the look. Light. We said that we weren't gonna get a PvP, and physically we weren't, but spiritually,
mentally,
here it is. Exactly.
Mentally, we're in a PvP. So something that's interesting is that Worldisdoom, he didn't go for a drone scout or anything. Like, they both sent workers out immediately, so I thought that was kind of odd. And yeah, they just immediately went for their own cheese.
I love it. Really does go to show you how much the current map pool can really create situations like this. So Submarine, I believe, is sticking in the map pool.
I believe so. The only ones I remember, no, I think it may be.
I remember Eternal Empire and
Everdream
are getting Chrome as well as another one. I don't remember the fourth.
Yeah. I just recall those 3 as well. And here we go. So we have the Marines coming out. We got some SCVs as well. So far, they've not got
hatchery. And LastSurprise. I gotta be honest with you, like, I got a feeling he's a little shocked right now. There's a massive hole in his wall right now. I mean, for the time being, he's in a really good position. I mean, there's not really much that these drones can do that LastSurprise can't kite back, but yeah, he's really vulnerable. He gets counterattack. Beautiful surround right now.
Yeah, and okay, so a couple of things. Worldisdoom, he invested in a roach warren. He's gonna have roaches out pretty soon. There's no side defense whatsoever, and he got a decent surround, but I feel like if he calms down, like the first roach, it's on the way.
It is on the way, and it's over here in the main base of LastSurprise as well. So we'll be able to at least get some sort of defenses up. Now, one thing that's pretty good about oh no, those lings. That was a rip of a misclick.
Oh god, and the queen goes down as well.
Yeah, it does. And honestly, a roach on its own, not very scary. To be fair, it's only 3 Marines, but reinforcements are coming in, and yeah, it is not looking good whatsoever.
Oh god, not at all. I mean, there's a second roach now. He's forced to pull the boys as well, and with 2 roaches and decent micro, he can do quite well as long as he keeps one of them alive. Oh god.
Well, that was a big if to ask their Light, and both of the roaches do go down. Worldisdoom is not ending it though, as a couple of Zerglings do make their way into LastSurprise's main. But there we go. That was gonna be it. GG is called. Nothing can really prepare you against that much Marines in your base like that.
Nothing at all. I loved how we could see LastSurprise, like he went to throw down the bunker and he was like, oh, there's no hatchery.
There's nothing. It's like, I like it.
Oh god.
Yeah, I think maybe anticipating, well, I have a feeling that he may have been anticipating a 12 fool coming out there. You know, he had absolutely no suspicion of that proxy hatch. Now, it didn't really matter in the end there, but it was interesting that he decided not to not to seal up his wall, and I'm pretty sure that's because he was expecting the Lings to come out and, decide to the Marines.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, he didn't know there was a ninja out on the map.
Exactly. Whoa, hold up. This is actually kind of tricky, but when the placement is like that, near a base of your own, you can really call it either a ninja or a proxy, or potentially both.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I like it.
Oh god, but yeah, what a game number 1. I love it because even though Submarine is such a short rush distance, we always talk about it because we rarely get proxies on it because it's like, well, it's short anyway, like,
exactly.
More often than not we get like rush cheeses, but not.
Yeah, when you're building your own base, you build a proxy.
Yeah, so it was honestly really refreshing because I don't see it too often. I don't see that kind of style.
I was going to say, that's why it's a very popular Protoss map. I'm going to say it is now that I think about it, but I was going to say that's why it's a very popular Protoss map, and that's why, while we don't have PvP physically, we've had one spiritually. Good way to start things off.
Oh yeah, definitely. As LastSurprise takes game number 1, and as we load into
What are we looting like?
Oh god, no. Getting into game number 2, and I mean, it's hard to really judge, much when it comes to these two players after game 1. Like, it was kind of a clown fiesta. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we have in store for us in game number 2.
That we will. Now, game number 2, Ice and Chrome. Again, map that unfortunately going to be making its way off the Golden Wall. That's the 4th map.
What?
Golden Wall. That's the 4th map that's going bye-bye.
Oh.
So I believe it's Submarine, Death Aura, Pillars of Gold, and then the 4 new maps.
Aw. I kind of wanted to keep
Golden
Wall.
Wall. Yeah. It's actually my highest win rate map, funnily enough.
I mean, I've had it vetoed for the entirety that it's been out, but I love casting it.
Yeah. So Golden Wall really did a good job of just sort of walking that fine line of being not too crazy of a map.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it was really up to the players. Do I want to take advantage of, the layout of this map, or do I just want to play it out standard? And that's something that you can't really say for a lot of maps. I feel like there's not a lot of choice involved there.
Exactly.
But
there's like, you can choose like how you want to play out the game, right? And the player have that available to them, and you can't really say that about other maps. There are a couple like in the past, but like nowadays, it's a rarity. Are you ready to?
I am, and that's another rarity.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
And speaking of rare, we are coming in onto Ice and Chrome, the most meticulous. You know what else is rare? Chrome is. But it is also the most elaborate marketing strategy for Dare Ice Coffee. That's actually pretty rare outside of Australia. I believe New Zealand has a couple. In the bottom left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner map, we have the Red Zerg player coming down all the way from the land of America. We're going to be representing Team All Inspiration. What's the name of that movie you were telling me about earlier today, Light?
The World's End.
He is not the World's End. He is Worldisdoom.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ice and Chrome LE, we have the American Terran player representing Alpha X. It is LastSurprise.
I'm surprised he went for that proxy last game.
I'm surprised that Worldisdoom went for a pretty interesting opener. He went for his pool and gas before hatch, so looking to be a little bit aggressive.
That's true. I was gonna consider maybe a defensive pool first, but not when he's mining 3 at a time from the gas.
Yeah. So immediately, as soon as he has 100 gas, link speed starts. Typically, if you go pool, hatch, gas, then it's more defensive. But because he had gotten that incredibly early gas, then he will be getting that speed quite fast. And yeah, we'll see if LastSurprise gets caught off guard. Oh, he spots it.
Links are making their way. He does, in fact, see the Link Team 6 making its way across the map right now. How is he going to respond is going to be the question. Does have reactive Marines coming out, and that's pretty much what you want against this amount of links this early on. You can go into Hellions, but if you're planning to just make use of those Marines, you may as well get them now.
Yeah, I don't know if did he blindly skip the Reaper and just go straight into Marines? Like, oh my god.
He did.
Wow.
Wait, this may be the Piotr build. Now that I think about it.
Is that Soul? Yeah.
It is. So we'll have to see how many if he swaps the add-on here with the barracks once he gets 6 Marines out, because this is a very interesting build, Light. It's a very, very early multi-prong involving Hellions as well as drop Marines, and it's honestly something that I was trying to do for a while as to learn new build orders, but then kind of gave up and reverted back to my comfort zone.
Right. I've got a question for you. Is this a build that transitions, or that you can transition into mech and you don't get...
It can, yeah.
Yeah, and you don't get stim, right? Or...
Yeah, it definitely can. You don't get sim until much later, even if you're playing bio. But this is going to be a little bit different coming up from LastSurprise, as he's just continuing to pump up Marines.
Yeah, interesting. So he did get an add-on on his factory. He didn't swap them or anything like that. And would you see that Worldisdoom didn't really manage to do too much, but he's actually flooding Lings right now. Like he's got more in production. Oh god.
Indeed, he is. Nothing but Lings at the moment. Third base is going to be finishing up pretty soon, but I have a feeling he's not going to be mining from it for quite some time, Light.
Yeah, I mean, this is just odd. Like, I don't see Zerg players play like this too often, where they get a bunch of Lings, and I mean, to be fair, he forces a lift off. Like, he's actually dealing some damage here.
That is absolutely massive. LastSurprise playing this out really cautiously at the moment. And now we do find out what that reactor on the factory was for. This is honestly seems like a bit of a jank 2-on-1 because it's a 1-on-1, but we'll see. We'll see what this can get done.
Yeah, I've never quite seen this before. I don't know if maybe the build was like kind of messed up because of his opponent's opening, because of the amount of Lings, so he felt the need to get like a safety Widowmine behind this and get even more Marines. I'm not too sure, but yeah, this is odd. I haven't seen this before.
Yeah, nor have I, but that's why we like to learn.
Exactly. Of course, these players are around 5.2k MMR, as a reminder, as this is NA Contender. And yeah, we'll see. Oh my god, okay, there's a fusion core behind this.
Alrighty then, and the tech lab is currently being built on the starport at the moment, so we are going to be seeing some BCs pretty soon. Wish it was range libs, but you know, maybe
honestly, I'm kind of hoping that it is. Like, it's just, he's been playing this out so like his own style that maybe he's willing to do something crazy like that. And yeah, I mean, we've been paying a lot of attention to the Terran player, but on the other side of the map, the Zerg, you know, we do have Worldisdoom just droning up heavily. He still doesn't have a lair. He's working on double Evo. Okay, interesting.
Oh yeah, he's really taking advantage of, you know, his map presence right now. I'm a little bit worried for him though. Don't think he realizes that there's a drop coming his way.
Yeah, exactly. It is
main 2.
Yeah, it's headed towards the main base. What is it to defend? There's a couple of Lings, no Banelings quite yet. There are 4 Queens, but they are at the natural though, and it looks like the drop will get into the main.
Yeah, this is gonna do quite a bit of damage before Worldisdoom is able to come back in here. And now he's gonna be a little cautious over the mine as well. Basically, his army is completely cut in half. The mine is coming in. Can we get a hot pickup? Very hot, but now it's getting a little too warm in the pan. As those queens do come in to chase away the medevacs. Really good hold. Well, yeah, pretty good hold from Worldisdoom, all things considered.
Yeah,
he's way up in workers still.
Yeah, he lost minimal workers. He was able to kill one of the medevacs, but at the same time, LastSurprise, he had a really good Widowmine shot, and the medevac with full units was the one that escaped. So yeah, both players playing this out fairly well. At the same time, we do have a lot of Hellions here at the third base, and they're just Lings.
Yeah, we do. There are only Lings. The Queens are starting to come in, but you know what that means, like, comes up the main base.
Exactly.
Does come in. All of the Queens over here by the third base. Beautiful barbecue on the Hellions.
Oh my god, and at the same time, the BC and
already going down.
Yeah, and the BC gets into the natural as well.
Ay, Dios mío, Light.
Oh my.
It's not looking very good for our Red Zerg players. 28 drones already being taken out, and half of the tech is here in the main.
Exactly, and oh my god, even more drones going down. The Queens are busy chasing the BC, so the Marines finding an opportunity to get into the natural, but they do finally get stopped. Regardless though, even if everything dies for LastSurprise, like, he's done so much damage.
Absolutely. This was an opening that had to do damage, and honestly, LastSurprise did damage many times over.
Oh my god, I just realized, even though Worldisdoom went for double Evos, he hasn't started any upgrades. He hasn't been able to.
Exactly. I was gonna say, I give him a little bit of a break there, as hid everything else in his base is on fire.
I feel like if anyone needs to give him a break, it's LastSurprise. Like, he's not letting Worldisdoom breathe right now.
Absolutely, this is brutal right now. And I mean, he's trying to get something done with his links, Worldisdoom is, but yeah, once he sees the BCs, once he sees the Hellions, he realizes, my best bet, go home, macro up, hope for a miracle, and I do think a miracle is what's going to take at this point for him.
Yeah, he's so far down in workers. Surprisingly, he's trying to catch back up. Part of me wishes that we do have a fourth on the way, fourth hatchery for Worldisdoom, and yeah, we'll see what he tries to invest in, because at the moment he did get that Spire. He does have the Baneling nest. He hasn't morphed in any Banelings quite yet, and yeah, we don't really know what his tech of choice is. And there we go, LastSurprise. As he's pushing out, he is going for that mech style.
Okay, double armory is coming down. And I'm thinking of a different build right now. I was gonna say, and with the Piotr build, you can't really go Mecha Bio, but this wasn't really that build. But it was similar enough.
Oh yeah, it definitely was. Yeah, like it definitely had like the same kind of opener to it, and we do have the BCs being quite annoying here. Meanwhile, the Hellions are trying to slip into the natural at the same time.
Yeah, but they do get surrounded by all of these lings. In the end, the Hellions aren't really getting too much damage done, but the BCs absolutely have. I like this from Worldisdoom, though. I really like that he sent the lings to deal specifically with the Hellions, kept the queens back at home. I think it can really test your sort of fortitude, especially as a player who's in this sort of position. It's kind of easy to slip up and say, I need to defend everything all at once. Worldisdoom, calm. That's what his army.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit concerned for Worldisdoom, because it feels like he's playing in the dark right now. He doesn't know what the army composition of his opponent. He doesn't see any of the production in the main base. He hasn't gone for a scout, and because of that, he's a little bit all over the place. Like, he has a Hydra Den, he has, the Spire, and he's investing in Corruptors, which makes sense, right, to deal with the BCs, but I'm a little bit concerned about the ground army.
Yeah, to me, just look at Worldisdoom's army and tech. It feels like he's thinking way too far ahead, that he's kind of skipping what's in front of him right now. Because I get the idea, right? You want to get the Corruptors out and then maybe use them when they become useless, try to get rid of them, switch to more of a Hydra-based army, but again, that's just way, way, way too far into the future.
Yeah, it's so expensive to try and do that as well. At a certain point, you might just want to go straight into Hydras and skip Corruptors for now, just so you have something like a more well-rounded army. A little bit of a mistake as well, and if you noticed, but okay, there we go. He had two Hydra stands on the way, but he cancelled one and made an Infestation Pit instead. I love this. Potentially going to Hydra Lurker, like that'll definitely help against what LastSurprise is going for.
Absolutely, you got a couple of Neurals in there, and the mech army goes bye-bye. Provided he can actually get that off.
Exactly, right? Like that's the hard part about it, and we'll see if LastSurprise gives him some time, because at the moment he has 4 BCs. He's doing the shark around the map, trying to find like some openings here and there. Meanwhile, his main army, like, he's getting a solid like mech army, like tanks, Thors, Hellbats with Blue Flame as well. Like, this is pretty terrifying.
And what else is terrifying, Light, is the fact that LastSurprise is not just being passive. He is shucking around with these BCs, looking to snipe whatever he can out of orbit. Honestly, there's not that much anti-air in this army. A couple of good Yamatos can absolutely snowball this for LastSurprise.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, it's just like a handful of Corruptors, a handful of Hydralists. It looks like they are enough to push the BCs away, but he can just fly into the main.
Yeah, that he can for the time being. Focusing down the Corruptors. There are only 3 left, but to be fair, not really focus firing them. He will be forced to teleport away.
Wow,
and the rest of the army's pushing out.
Yeah, and what's important is that he kept all his BCs alive. Like none of them fell in that attack, and now the main army is here. There is a bit of Ling Bane. He does have Baneling speed, but that's what Ling Bane. That was it.
That was it. Just gone. Finito. All these tanks are slowly going to leapfrog one on top of the other. The Hellbats a little bit hesitant to move forward, and honestly, Worldisdoom invests way too much in these Corruptors.
Oh my, yeah, that's an insane amount of Corruptors right now, and I like that he's sending them across the map, because they have to do something, right? Like, they're kind of useless here defensively, so maybe he can hunt down the BCs. Oh.
Yeah, and he's definitely trying to, and there isn't any repairs on them as of yet. One of them might go down. There we go, a couple more as well, but they're moving on top of Thors, just like that. And immediately they go down.
Exactly. Meanwhile, on the other side, like the slow, like turtling Terran has inched across and was able to take out that hatchery. And now there's pure Hydra here that's fighting against the army, which is okay. And oh my god, all right, he's doing for Swarm Hosts.
Alrighty then, wake me up when Heart of Swarm is over.
I like how you say that every time, Yaku, but Swarm Host is like a pretty common response to mech. God damn it. Yo, Chan does it. Yo, watch Chan versus Special. He did it every single game. Even when Special didn't go mech.
He didn't win.
He won one series.
Exactly.
To be fair.
Well, I mean, as you said, even when Special didn't go mech.
It's true. It's his
It's
own.
more of a champ thing than a response to mech thing.
Yeah, it's his own style, and I mean, Swarm Host, they can do okay against this, but at this point, like Worldisdoom, he's down to 3 bases. He's trying to sneak one out. Oh, he's actually double expanding to the bottom right.
And I do like this. And when you're at this point for Worldisdoom, you do have to take a couple of risks, and this is a pretty safe and calculated one that could really pay off.
Yeah, it could, but the BCs, they're back. They're looking to stop that.
With a vengeance. 2 of them went down earlier to the Corruptors. Now they're just looking to end everything. That was not a cancel. That was in fact a kill.
Oh my god.
Rinse, repeat.
Exactly.
BCs go in, BCs go out.
Yeah, they get the kill and they just managed to teleport out. One of them was so close to going down, but it does end up getting repaired in the end. And LastSurprise, he's just, you know, slowly macroing up. He's now maxed out ahead by 40 supply, and he's looking to finally push on through and try to end this. And I mean, there are a decent amount of Swarm Hosts now, but
yeah, once they blow their shot, they're essentially dead supply. I would kind of like if I don't know. I wonder if LastSurprise, you know, how effective it would be if he actually doesn't siege up anything. But even siege, it's really effective right now. Look at that split of tanks over there. And with that, all the locusts have been used up. It's pretty much just the Hydras left until the cooldown can refresh. This is about the beginning of the end right now for Worldisdoom. It's the end of the world light as we know it.
It is, and Worldisdoom, he has so many minerals. He has 1k mineral bank. It would have been great if he like supplemented his army with a couple of lings, and he's doing that now, but it's a little bit too late. Like the tank line is getting closer and closer. Almost all the Hydras go down. There's 2 left. It looks like there will be another Locust wave. There he goes, but
I thought there would be, but Neural Parasite just completed too late.
I did.
And that was... what an opening that was from LastSurprise. I was a little bit worried there when his initial drop kind of got deflected, but Worldisdoom, you know, so he invested a lot in his army early on. You're goddamn right he was going to use it, and use it he did.
Yeah.
Use it he did.
I just loved the triple pronged attack that he went for. He had Hellions in the third, BC in the natural, drop in the main. It was like, oh my god, it was just too much for Worldisdoom.
Everything was dead. It was too much for the world. It was doomed.
Oh god, it was insane. Like I can't imagine trying to hold against that. Like two prongs, okay, but 3, Jesus.
I can do that to you, Light.
I do think that
the day where we're actually both available.
I do think that LastSurprise maybe could benefit from learning the Piotr build, maybe like something a little bit more refined that is going for like a similar thing. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe he has plenty of success with that build instead. Is
this where I plug Uthermal's Twitch channel? Or not Twitch channel, sorry, YouTube channel.
What even is it just YouTube/Uthermal? I don't.
I'm pretty sure I have a tab open somewhere. Here's my cycle, like, yeah, it's /c/Uthermal/videos. My cycle is get frustrated with StarCraft 2, get frustrated with the openings that I do, look for new builds, watch Uthermal do a build, try to do the build, fall back to my old build. Rinse, repeat.
God damn it. I just love that we're living in an era where we have like content creators for almost each race that are pretty popular.
Yeah. Wait, which is the Zerg one? Because for Protoss, it's Hearthstone.
That's why I said almost each race.
Rip.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, it's different, but for a while I would have said like Loco, because Loco's main race was Zerg, but yeah, he's not really the same type of. He doesn't really make the same type of content as Hearthstem and Ethermal do.
Yeah, it's weird how the foreign scene and the Korean scene are a little bit inversed, because for Korea, I would say there's Ragnarok and TY, but there's no Protoss.
Well, I mean, in general, in Korea, there's not a lot of them there.
Well, I mean, in Korea, there's nothing but Protoss, right? But yeah,
right, yeah,
there's no like dedicated content creator of Protoss on YouTube, which is interesting.
Get on it, stats.
Right? God damn it.
Well, I mean, but Parting streams, he doesn't make videos.
Yeah, they're not like guides or tutorial builds or anything like that. Yeah, interesting.
It definitely is.
All right, are you ready?
Aye, aye, Captain.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
This guy never even watched SpongeBob. And we are now going to be spawning in onto Everdream EDLE Edle, which does in fact stand for enormous depth laundered everywhere. Enormous depth laundered everywhere. That's my legal advice to you, viewer, who is watching. You better call Saul. In the bottom left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have the yellow Zerg this time. He is coming down from the land of America, and this is his final shot light. He's got to start turning things around here. Otherwise, he's going to be KO right out this bracket. Can he do it? Representing all inspiration. He needs a savior, as he... No, wait, he doesn't need a savior, because World is Doom.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Everdream LE, we have the American Terran player. He's already up 2-0 in this best of 5. He only needs one more to just close it up. Clean sweep. Can he do it? He is representing Alpha X. It is LastSurprise.
Now, I know there's something that you're not gonna get, because whatchamacallit, you're not big on the old punk thing or early punk thing, but every time I see LastSurprise, I just think of Last Caress for some reason.
All right.
That's a Misfits song.
Yeah.
It's playing in my head as his intro music.
God damn it. Oh, the spray.
The spray! He's giving that thumbs up! He knows that Worldisdoom needs something, so he just gave him some moral support. What a nice guy.
What a guy. And I love this. Both players, they actually went for pretty standard openings.
Yeah, onto Everdream, which admittedly is kind of the other submarine in the current map pool, but we do tend to see a lot more standard builds coming out, especially nowadays. Oh, this is so smart from Worldisdoom, hiding the third base. He knew what was up. He saw your Reaper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Deception.
It's interesting because Worldisdoom, he actually went for like 3 pretty like aggressive builds 2 games in a row. So now that he's on match point, he's like, all right, I gotta calm down.
I'm gonna have to ask my math teacher on this. He went for 3 builds, 2 games, aggressive builds, 2 games in a row.
I said 3. I meant to say 2.
Okay. No, because I was thinking in my head, like, actually, that kind of works out, right? If you go for an opening and then it doesn't work out, so you go into something a little bit different, so you can potentially get 2 builds in one game. But but I mean, that wasn't really the case here.
Not at all. So yeah, you know, he's calming down. He's going back to normalcy a little bit. And so far, I love this coming out from Worldisdoom. And yeah, we'll see how his straight up macro play fares against LastSurprise, someone who so far has been pretty dominant.
Yeah, honestly, I think this is kind of what Zerg wants to do on Everdream, isn't it? It's easier to defend the bases on this map compared to Ice and Chrome or compared to Submarine. So if he just goes greedy earlier on and just is able to hold, which admittedly can be a little bit of a big if, knowing how aggressive Terran is nowadays. As long as he's able to hold waves and waves of aggression coming up from LastSurprise, he is going to go into the mid-late game in such a good economic position.
Oh yeah, definitely. And oh my god, a couple of things just happened. So Worldisdoom actually got very fast. He actually went overlord speed first to scout the entirety of the base of LastSurprise, and he did. And originally he scouted the Banshee being made, and then after the overlord left the first time, he LastSurprise canceled the Banshee and went for a Raven instead.
Taking a page out of Hut. I love it.
Okay.
Well, we do definitely know that LastSurprise, he is one of Hut's, what's the word that is an offensive light?
What are you trying to go for? I don't know.
He's one of Hut's.
Boys? Question mark?
I'm trying to find a rhyme though.
Hut.
Hut's.
God damn it, Yaku. Chuts. Yes.
Knees.
That's what they call them. That's what they are. Yeah. It's his fan club, if you will.
Exactly. It's Hut's chutney. Demi's ahead of it.
He knows. Demi knows. And okay, so the Raven is out and it's looking to help support this Hellion army. I love it. So, like with
it's
this, you can
really well against these queens. Just barely doesn't kill it.
Yeah, just barely stays alive. And with this Raven, you don't have to exhaust any scans to clear out all of this creep. And it doesn't look like there's too many links here to really, force this Hellion force back. So, he's free to clear up these creep tumors.
Exactly. Now, to be fair, it's risk reward, isn't it, coming out from LastSurprise right now? If he loses his Raven, that's 200 gas, 100 minerals that, especially this early on, is going to go down the drain and do nothing. But if he's able to keep it alive, he can go as greedy as he wants. He can have as many mules as possible. There we go, the Raven gets taken out of the devil. And honestly, it cleared some creep tumors, but other than that, that was not very good investment there.
I mean, he didn't just lose the Raven. He lost the Raven and he got like a surround. Five Hellions got taken out there. So Worldisdoom really nicely done, able to engage that army, able to completely shut it down. And now he finally has the freedom to, properly spread that creep. We do see that he already has his lair. He's already got his Hydra Den. He's actually being a little bit greedy, but he's getting away with it because he's even got those double Evo chambers that he had earlier as well.
Exactly. This is kind of Worldisdoom's reward, isn't it, for being able to just so effectively crush LastSurprise's map control like that. Freedom, absolute freedom. He can do whatever he wants here.
Yeah. He's playing like KJ right now, and so, there we go. Finally, I was a little bit concerned.
We do know, I was just gonna say, we do know Worldisdoom is American. He loves he's all over that stuff.
It's all over him, and the upgrades have started. So finally, for the first time this series, Worldisdoom, he's getting into the game he wants to get into. Like, he's got so much production. He's got a macro hatch in his main. He's got all his upgrades on the way. Like this is like what a Zerg player wants to be at.
I can tell that this is kind of your dream right now, Light. This is hashtag milestones for you.
Yeah, we'll see if he's being a little bit too greedy because he's even getting his infestation pit. So he's investing a lot of his money in his production and in macroing up. But the push is coming. Like, he needs that ground army.
He definitely does. And I mean, this is, I would say the Terran army right now in general is favored, but there is a lot that Worldisdoom can do just by positioning to kind of take this army out, maybe go for some flanks and whatnot. We'll see who gets a better position here. The Marines are very clumped up. There aren't any splits at the moment. Decent kiting, and just about all of the Zerglings have been taken out. Very nice start stepping. Worldisdoom is looking to be in a lot of trouble right now. LastSurprise. Now he's the one with the freedom.
Exactly. Like, all the lings were taken out. Only one Baneling remains. Take that back. 0 Banelings remain. And now, with all these Marines, he could potentially keep on pushing to take out this hatchery, but he does get pushed away. And yeah, just in time, the Hydras came out.
Let me tell you the difference between a 3.5k player, for example, myself, and a 5.2k player like a 3.5k player like me. Would continue to target the hatchery despite seeing all the transfuses. So yeah, that's a really nice decision from LastSurprise to just back off.
Yeah, you can see there's plenty of energy here on the Queen, so it looks tempting. It looks so tempting, but you don't want to get baited like that.
Exactly. And once again, Worldisdoom. Maybe not the perfect hold that he was looking to get, but a hold where he keeps his fourth hatchery alive, a hold where he's still got an army out, the creep practically untouched there by LastSurprise, and once again, hashtag freedom.
Yeah, what I will say is that Worldisdoom, he's actually hurting a little bit in terms of the economy. Like, he's only just now getting up to 80 workers, and LastSurprise, he's already there. He has not stopped SE production at all. Like, that's insane as a Terran player, as he's gonna have, like, equal bases soon, or equal economy, I should say.
Exactly, and I mean, remember, earlier on, LastSurprise wasn't really using scans that much, and where did that energy go? Into mules. Where did those mules go? Into all of this income that you see right now. But Worldisdoom has just about caught up here. Finally going to be overtaking LastSurprise in terms of worker count. Thanks to the fourth base. Actually also going to be able to make use of that worker count as well. LastSurprise lagging behind a little bit, having to float over to fourth base, and it's going to be taking a little while.
Yeah, it's quite far away from the location that it needs to land in, so that will delay LastSurprise's economy a little bit. And Worldisdoom, meanwhile, as all that was happening, you know, he established a base to the north. Oh, but a drop is here to try and stop this.
This is not going to be doing too much, but it does keep LastSurprise busy a little bit, and it's sort of setting Worldisdoom busy a little bit, and it does sort of set up a bit of a multi-prong position right now for LastSurprise. Whatever happens, wherever he pushes out with his army, he does have this single drop available to him to try to strike at the north.
Yeah, and we do see that Worldisdoom, he's going for this style that's been quite popular in recent times against Terran. It's Lingbane, Hydra, into Lurker, Viper. Personally, I mean, you know me, I'm all about my ultras when it comes to the Hive tech, but
that I do.
Yeah, this has been gaining a lot of popularity recently, and we'll see how he's able to pull this off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any Liberators at the moment right now, like no Marauders or anything either, so
oh god,
Micro is going to be a massive factor right now for LastSurprise. A lot of tanks sieging up here and getting quite a bit, but the bio going to completely be evaporated by the Banelings. A couple of tanks still do live.
Yeah, and the tanks are just enough to take out the Lingbane. Wow.
Huh. And LastSurprise gonna have to go back home, go back to the drawing board. Still continuing to make medevacs right now, which, I mean, I feel like he's kind of got a lot right now.
He arguably has too much. Like, at this point, you want to stop medevac production completely, and as you were saying, start Liberator production. As LastSurprise, he now knows what his opponent's composition is going to be. He saw the Lurkers. Now he knows exactly what he's up against.
That he definitely does, and this does give LastSurprise the opportunity to honestly play, I don't want to say play passive, but play in a style where he just needs to focus a lot on his siege units to get himself in a nice defensive position, go for some harassment wherever he can across the map. And yeah, I mean, there's not really a lot that Worldisdoom. How aggressive can you really be with Lurkers is my question, like.
Yeah, not really. Like, you know, it's the kind of unit that you want sieged up and you want your opponent to push into you, right? Like, that's the ideal scenario. That's why the Vipers are so important, because you can siege up relatively far away from your opponent and then use your Vipers to yoink in or yank in a couple of tanks, for example. Like, that's kind of the ideal scenario. But the Vipers, they're still on their way. They're still gathering energy, so they're not quite ready yet for the engagement.
No, they're not, but you know what it is? Like, a lot of Lingbane about to be hitting from two areas. And I mean, LastSurprise towards the south, and once again, massive tank count is going to be just enough to kind of swat that army away.
That's an insane tank count, and it absolutely just shredded the Lingbane that was there.
You love to see it, like, or at least I do. And honestly, this is a composition that I have not seen to be too common. It is tank ghost, and yeah, I mean, LastSurprise, he's being super aggressive with these tanks, which is not something you kind of see every day. But after all of the Lingbane has been taken care of, there's really nothing to buffer for these Lurkers over here, and the ghosts are about to be taken out a little bit. A lot of the Zerglings trying to take advantage of the Blinding Cloud of tanks. But with that, the Blinding Clouds have been taken out. the Vipers getting sniped just like that. Nicely done by
and
LastSurprise.
The problem is that earlier, I don't know if you noticed, when that big Ling Bane engagement happened, the lurker count was reset. All the lurkers went down. There is 0 lurkers out on the map right now. It's just Ling Bane, Hydra, and a single Viper, and it looks like with all of these tanks, like LastSurprise, like he just has the superior army right now. Worldisdoom, he needs time. He's morphing 5 lurkers right now, but there's a drop to the north, which it looks like will get cleaned up, but like this massive push here in the center, it's just so massive for the Terran.
Yeah, the Benjadeath kind of slacking off a little bit there. To be fair, there's not a lot of bio, so I can imagine that if the last Worldisdoom member got into that sort of position where he can try to flank all of these tanks, he should be okay-ish. But still, that's a lot of tanks. You're pretty well spread out. And sure, there's going to be some friendly fire happening, but honestly, he can afford to friendly fire on a couple of these tanks.
Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed, but just then Worldisdoom realized he had no detection. He only just now morphed in 2 observers to help deal with the ghosts when they do go invisible, and now he finally has his lurkers out. Like, finally defensively he's okay, but as we were saying before, like the Vipers, they were like, what, 5 got sniped earlier? Like, you need them so badly for this, and they're not sucking energy. Like, they need energy. They're in the main.
They are in the main, waiting to see what they can just absorb energy from. Meanwhile, LastSurprise is, again, being a little bit aggressive here. There is detection this time for Worldisdoom, but a little bit further in the back, a lot of lurkers do get taken out. It's only 3 at the moment.
Yeah,
and I'm just waiting for LastSurprise to start moving his way forward with these tanks starting to leapfrog a little bit.
Yeah, right now LastSurprise, he's focusing to the north as there is a drop up here and he's trying to micro as best he can, and it looks like he will take out all the Lings and will push on forward to kill the Queen. So right now he's just pulling the attention away, and then when he's done, he can finally start pushing in with his ghosts. There we go, the ghosts are going in, trying to snipe more lurkers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised that LastSurprise is moving into his ghost, but not so much of the tanks. There we go, starting to leapfrog one by one. I didn't even notice he got blue flame earlier on, which he does have blue flame. Wait, am I blind, Light? I think I'm blind.
You are. That's orange fire. That's not blue. I don't know what's.
I'm sure about that. It's blue at the base, right?
God damn it, Yaku. But you're right in that he's being very passive with his tanks. He can definitely be a little bit more aggressive with them. But oh god.
Really nice EMPs and pretty good snipes. There is still a Viper full of energy, and a couple of units that get taken out just like that for LastSurprise. So there is still a possibility for Worldisdoom to get something done with his Ling Bane, with his Vipers here. Because again, he's basically lost his buffer, LastSurprise has. These tanks are looking pretty exposed.
They are incredibly exposed. Honestly, if Worldisdoom just made like Ling Bane, he could probably push in and clean this up. Like, there's no bio to really protect the tanks.
I thought of something really stupid. These tanks are pretty Funara.
God damn it, Yaku.
Alright, once again, LastSurprise is picking apart Worldisdoom, sort of forcing the detection away, funnily enough. Good EMP, just about gets rid of all of the effective energy of the Worldisdoom over there.
I want to use that now. I love it. It's great. It's time for now, man. They're so exposed right now. Jesus Christ, they be naked. And I think
Worldisdoom on these tanks.
God damn it. I think something that he's really lacking, there we go, is that he should really be, Worldisdoom should be expanding to the north. Like, there's no reason for him not to be. To be fair, like, there have been drops up there to keep him busy, and oh my god, this nuke, it is gonna land.
It is gonna land, and this hatchery was so low. That was all it took to take it out. The workers, thankfully enough, were able to get evacuated. At this stage of the game, you want to prioritize your workers more than your bases. Well, ideally you'd have both, but you do want to prioritize getting the workers away when you can. So Worldisdoom, I mean, lost a little bit of income there, lost a bit of production, but will still be able to recover relatively quickly.
God. And yeah, to the north, it was actually Big Ling Runway, and he was actually able to kill the CC. There was a CC that Last Dance was trying to expand, and the CC went down. Meanwhile, I believe that he should probably just suicide his medevacs. Like, I think he's maxed out, but his army looks
killing him right now.
Yeah, his army looks like lacking, and I think it's because he has just too much supply in the medevacs. Like, they're just not really useful at all right now.
I'm definitely with you there. He has got about twice the amount of medevacs that are normally recommended for the Terran player, unless you're really going to be going into a lot of drop play, which at the moment LastSurprise isn't really.
Well, the problem is that like there's more medevacs than there are ghosts. Like there's no buy for them to heal.
No.
God damn it.
Well, normally you do want more medevacs than you want ghosts, right? Well, okay, actually maybe not, because sometimes you do want to mass ghosts a little bit.
Yeah, meanwhile, there's another drop to the north, looking to clear up some creep, and again, pull the attention of Worldisdoom to the north as a nuke is going down in the center of the map. It does get spotted.
Oh,
he gets one.
Like the wrong ghost got yoinked. The nuke is gonna land.
Oh
a lot of lurkers do get taken out. Nicely done.
Wow, a bit of a miscalculation from Worldisdoom. He yoinked the wrong ghost. Oh god, and now with that, once again, the lurker count gets reset. 8 lurkers are on the way, but he just needs time to get them out. Meanwhile, this drop to the north was able to snipe the hatchery to the top left. It will get cleaned up, but yo, LastSurprise, he's doing so well here.
Absolutely is. Managed to evacuate with most of the army over there. Worldisdoom tried to go for a bit of a counterattack, but then realized there's another nuke coming down.
Oh my god, another to the center.
That's why I liked LastSurprise.
Yeah, and I do like this. Worldisdoom, he's actually pulling everything away. Like, he's like, you know what? I'm not going to try and yoink it. It's done. You can have it. Meanwhile, LastSurprise, he's finally expanded to the bottom right. Like, this is great. Like, he's not going to have any kind of harassment there to the bottom right at all from the Zerg player. And
yeah, so much of the creep was cleared out over on that angle, and meanwhile, it does not stop at all. Worldisdoom. LastSurprise, I should say, rather. This is how I want to play light, but I'm not good enough.
You want to play with like a 50 army supply and the rest is medevacs? Is that what you want?
Yeah, because I like drop play.
God damn it! I mean,
but I want to be nuking everywhere, light. I want to.
Yeah,
get them snipes off.
Another nuke. The snipes! All the lurkers! Oh god!
Yeah, I mean, not all lurkers, but a lot of the lurkers do go down over there.
Yeah, they do. And again, there's just so much supply here that hasn't really been doing anything at all. Like, LastSurprise has this secure position, which is great, and he's just been using it to nuke from, essentially. Like, that's all it's been doing.
It really has. But a counterattack starting to happen right now for Worldisdoom. Decent amount of army did get taken out for LastSurprise over there, and yeah, now he's looking to just try to siege up over here. Look at all of these. Look at all these orbital commands that LastSurprise has got. Like, he has got scan energy for days.
Jesus Christ. And something that I'm honestly confused about is that maybe like 10 minutes ago, Worldisdoom got a Spire. Still no greater Spire. I was waiting for like the tech switch into Broodlords, or into anything else really, and just hasn't happened. He's just been stuck on Ling Bane, Hydra Lurker, Viper, and it just feels like he hasn't really been trading too efficiently here.
Well, it's started to pay off for him a little bit. Very nice yoinks coming out, taking out ghosts as well as tanks, and yeah, finally, LastSurprise, his position is compromised.
Yeah, that was actually the best fight that Worldisdoom has had in quite some time. Like, that was amazing. But
medevacs here, God.
Oh my god, the medevacs, they're to the north. Jesus, look at the fleet to the north.
And they're all healing a very bare bones amount of bio over there. Well then.
None of it's gonna die. There's just so many medevacs. Oh god.
I want that to happen. Imagine, like, because the way it's balanced right now is that only one medevac can heal a unit at a time. Imagine if every medevac could heal one unit. You just have one marine that doesn't die.
They'd be like flying shield battery overcharges is what they would be.
Exactly. Oh, and then give them overcharge as well, so they never run out of energy. And finally, LastSurprise is finally being pushed back by quite a lot. Worldisdoom still actually a little bit picked apart right now. Could have gone for maybe not the throat, but perhaps the belly of LastSurprise's economy. But now going to be moving back up north, and that is a lot of ground for the Zerg to travel.
Oh yeah, definitely. It takes so long for all these Lings to get to the north, and it's just pure Lings. There are no Banelings with this, which isn't ideal against a bio army, but it looks like there isn't enough Terran here, so it looks like Worldisdoom may be able to clean this up finally. I want him to kill the medevacs. Do it, because just to lower the supply.
Do it. They need less of them. Come on, Worldisdoom. You kill these medevacs, we make you the winner in our hearts.
do it. He's doing it. He's
Too many
slowly.
of them. Oh, there are only 3 of them left. Light. That's the maybe not the ideal number, but definitely better than 15. I can tell you that.
I wanted to happen because it forces LastSurprise to like make something else. and
now he's making Liberators.
And he's got 4 more. He's got 4 more starports on the way as well. Which, I mean, with that fusion core on the way, I imagine it's going to be for, you know, end game mass BC. Or we could finally see range libs.
Yeah, I think it's actually going to be range libs. That's ideal for against Liberators, isn't it? Now, I mean, BCs, they can do pretty well against Liberators, but honestly, the armored units, they have a decent amount of health. It takes a while for the BCs to kill the Lurkers, compared to the Liberators, which not only can kill the Lurkers much quicker, can also zone out the army really, really well. And just based on the way that LastSurprise has been playing, I have a feeling that's going to be much more useful to him than just, you know, raw damage.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. The only problem is that we see all those starports, they all have tech labs on them now. So,
Edgy! Let's go!
Yeah,
no, it's probably going to be BCs.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. Again, the army to the north, it looks like, oh, the hatchery is so low. If he just hugged it down for a second, it could go down, but instead he's fighting the army. But he's fighting quite well here, training as best he can.
Yeah, he did try the best he could, like, but now look at the army difference. To be fair, LastSurprise, he's got a lot of industry. He's got an economy that's basically been untouched. Funnily enough, the Terran players are one of the bigger bank than the Zerg players, so he can rebuild that with a lot of ease, but maybe not enough time.
Look at the bottom right, he's making a wave of Medivacs. Why is he making a wave of Medivacs?
I knew that was the reason why he got those tech labs light. So Medivacs.
God damn it.
Look, LastSurprise, that's the biggest surprise. He is the big healthcare dude.
Exactly, and it looks like, oh, the Vipers have to be so careful here. We do see they are engaging to the north of the map, and with enough blinding clouds, it looks like Worldisdoom may be able to hold on to this position with his lurkers as well.
And that he does. Worldisdoom does anyway. Now, there is still that orbital command set to drop whenever he's ready, but the lurkers do have to get cleared out. This one Marine! They just dodged spine after spine after spine.
Oh my god, he was crazy. He was like Neo dodging all the bullets. Jesus Christ.
It was like Forrest Gump just running through everything.
Oh my god, and there we go. Yamada's on the way. Finally, BC production has begun. And what is there going to be for anti-BC?
Corruptors again, because remember, that isn't what he got earlier this game. That was the previous game. Yeah, but he is getting a couple of Corruptors this time.
Yeah, he's getting a couple. He has 3 Hydras on the ground.
He's ghosts!
Oh god.
Oh, they live. That would have been one of the greatest baits from Worldisdoom if they went down. But speaking of going down, a planetary over in the bottom right-hand corner of the map does get taken out for LastSurprise. But what do we see? Like, already an orbital command waiting to be lifted over there.
Exactly. What's more important is that all that production is quite exposed. Like, LastSurprise, you can't afford to lose all those starports.
Oh
god.
You're saying exposed like Funara light.
Exactly.
You can't exactly be exposed when you have a massive BC army protecting you over there. Well, okay, it's only 4 BCs, so let's not get carried away.
It's only 4 BCs, but what shoots up right now, because I was waiting for it, no Corruptors have been made, only a single Hydra in production. Like, there's not really much that shoots up at all.
And I'm loving this flank coming down right now from LastSurprise, just about dodging all of the Lurker spines. The buffer for these Lurkers have just about been taken out, but a very quick siege up or burrow, I should say, will be able to clear out the bio as well as the tank count for LastSurprise. Only 4 Lurkers remaining, though.
Exactly. Meanwhile, the BCs are in the main base wreaking havoc. 12 Corruptors are on the way for Worldisdoom. He needs them so desperately to stop the BCs because he is actually dealing some decent damage. Like, he's able to break the Terran to the north and the south both at the same time. It's just the BCs. Like, that's all he has to worry about.
Well, it definitely is for the time being. To be fair, he did take out those starports over in the southern location. So he doesn't really have to worry about air production for the time being. Problem is, LastSurprise still has a lot of bioproduction. Still has these factories up, which, I mean, he's not really making use of, but more and more nukes are being made. Like, no, they were already made. Like,
That they
Let's go for Nuke's light.
Yeah,
that is what I live for.
LastSurprise does back off, and it's so scrappy, right? Like they're both hurting so much. Again, like the hatcheries of Worldisdoom have been going down as well. He doesn't really have too much of an economy at the moment. He's trying to reestablish his bases, and LastSurprise, like with his medevacs, with his drops, like he's just continuing to hinder Worldisdoom.
That he definitely is. I mean, I do like the way that you described it, where both players are in a pretty scrappy position, but one of them is in a little bit more trouble because of that than the other.
Oh boy, and
18 workers left for LastSurprise. I mean, that's not really an issue when you have a lot of orbital commands and we can make a lot of mules. I feel like these Vipers are prime EMP range, but it's not really being used right now. One scan is all it takes, and these lurkers are just about to go down. Look at the army supply difference right now, like. And are we going to see LastSurprise just bring it all the way home?
Exactly. All the lurkers go down. The Vipers are being sniped as well. The bio army is just too much here.
Absolutely. And I want to point out something, like most of the army supply right now for Worldisdoom is either in production or in these corruptors.
Yeah, and
there's
the Corruptors,
virtually no army right now out for Worldisdoom.
The Corruptors just can't do anything right now. The only thing they can do is fight the BCs, and to be fair, the BCs are heading into the main base, getting so many worker kills towards the south. Meanwhile, to the north, a hatchery goes down. The bio army is just too much. I mean, Worldisdoom is doing a decent job at like holding on, but oh my god, he's just losing so much. He's down to 50. He's down to even less workers than the Terran.
Like, this absolutely feels like LastSurprise throughout this game has slowly been pushing down on Worldisdoom. Pretty soon, something's about to... Worldisdoom, he's either gonna pop or he's gonna spring back, and I don't have a lot of optimism for it being the latter.
Exactly. Like the Corruptors come back home to deal with the BCs. They just teleport away. None of them die. They can just be repaired. Meanwhile, the bio army, it's getting like it's encroaching further and further into enemy territory.
This is a good position nuke. This is a good position nuke. Like this is a good position nuke. This is a good position nuke.
I don't think he's gonna nuke.
Not when he knows that there's detection out for Worldisdoom.
Yeah, and oh my god, oh god, no, all the ghosts are gonna be going down. Oh, there was so much potential there for them. Actually, he left to what? Oh god.
Oh, they do get thinned out over here. Meanwhile, the bio is starting to get thinned out a little bit, so these two Funara tanks are gonna be taken out. And I mean, we kind of made fun of him a little bit earlier, like for getting a lot of medevacs, but to be fair, what are these Corruptors gonna be attacking other than medevacs? So if you're LastSurprise, just get more.
Or just get none, as oh my god, a bunch of lurkers get caught out of position as well. Oh god, again, it's so scrappy, but slowly but surely Worldisdoom, his supply is getting lower and lower. He's down to 9 workers.
And this is, I feel like this is way too much pressure right now. LastSurprise, not a lot of workers to him either, but he does have a mining base available to him. He does have a couple of workers. He has a lot of mule potential. And I mean, neither of them have a bank, but even still, LastSurprise got a bit more of a not bank than Worldisdoom.
Exactly, like that's just what it comes down to. It just comes down to the mules at the end of the day. Like LastSurprise, his economy is so much better than his opponent. Like he's perfectly fine. He's got a base to the north. Worldisdoom has done a good job at denying the base to the bottom right, which is great with those links. He's actually dealt a lot of damage there. But he needs his own economy, right? He needs his own money. He just doesn't have it. The force to the north is all he has.
Yeah, I suppose this is what the problems to Zerg, isn't it? Like that you can't exactly lift your bases and put them in another position. And I mean, right now, Worldisdoom doesn't even have enough to produce another base out right now. And the mining bases he does have, they're about to run out.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like he desperately needs to mine out the base he has to the south. It was the base that was kept getting harassed by the BCs. He desperately needs it up and running. He just needs more workers, and he just doesn't have the money to spend on that because he's prioritizing Lings right now. He's like he just doesn't want to die. But oh my god, and he's fought so hard, right? We're already 30 minutes into this game.
What?
Oh god.
I thought it was shorter than that.
And honestly, he bounced back really well. Like there was a time here, like 15 minutes ago, when he was, being entrenched by massive, like a siege line of tanks. And after he broke out, like he's been trading so well. There were definitely moments where he potentially could have won this, but And to be fair, he's denying a base here from LastSurprise.
Yeah, but LastSurprise is taking out Worldisdoom space over down the south. There's just one mining base available left for him now, and that's about to either die or get completely mined out.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like at this point, LastSurprise would really have to run his army into lurkers multiple times.
Well, the problem is there's no more lurkers. the last
exactly.
lurkers. Yeah, the last lurkers got Yamato'd by the BCs. Now it's just Lings and Corruptors for Worldisdoom, and it looks like the majority of Lings are going to be taken out. He's trying his best here to take out all the SCVs, to take out the last CC here to the north as well, but I don't know, mate.
Yeah, it is not looking good at all. The army just isn't there, and after this base goes down, I think we should be seeing the GG.
Oh yeah, the army is here in the final mining base of Worldisdoom. It does go down, and oh my god, he just doesn't have enough to throw down another hatchery.
No, he really does not. There's literally zero mining happening right now. Like, he's trying to long distance mine, but there is a reason why it's long distance. That's because it's over a distance greater than a certain area.
That's statistics right there.
Exactly, that's stats, boy.
That is stats, boy. And after a long game, like again, Worldisdoom had so many opportunities, but he was just so stubborn with his army, not going for Broodlords at all. And he fought his heart out. He almost brought it back here, but LastSurprise, mate. He's just too good.
Just too good. This is the Season 1 champion, yeah? We're getting my
I believe so.
knowledge correct.
Yeah,
we have it. Back in form here. Whew.
Yeah, he started 2020 off with a bang, and he may end it with a bang as well here in Season 4.
He should end it with a bong.
What?
What? Or a bing. GG is called.
GG is called.
Unlock. Phone. Hello. Phone. Please. I need you to unlock. Alright, we'll do this the old-fashioned way.
What are you doing?
And the world is saved as LastSurprise takes it to the semifinals to face the winner of Seigifried versus Koda. Ah, my guy.
GG, well played. LastSurprise, and it, even though it was a 3-0, like it wasn't like a straight up dominant 3-0 in that, especially that last game. Like, Worldisdoom. He definitely did his best there, and he almost brought it back. Yeah,
you could kind of see him getting better with each game, but yeah, in the end, he was up against, I think, probably the favored player in this bracket.
Yeah, part of me wishes that Worldisdoom tried to play more macro in the first two games, like as I mentioned before, he did, he did open up very aggressively, and it didn't work out for him, and it was game 3, the closest one, where he decided to play straight up.
Yeah, and that actually did work out for him really, really well. It's just, I mean, I want to say it worked out for him really well, but at some points it did just seem like it was just delaying the inevitable there.
Yeah, there were moments where he definitely brought it back, but I will say that, yeah, he did seem a little bit stubborn when it came to his army composition, and not really utilizing something that Zerg is really well known for, and that's like, tech switching, right? When you have this massive bank, you take note of what your opponent has, and then you switch into something else, right, to try and, counter that, and yeah, instead he just remained with more of the same. But to be fair, you can also say the same about LastSurprise and how stubborn he was with the amount of medevacs he had.
Well, I mean, one of them worked out.
I guess. I hope LastSurprise doesn't, learn a bad habit from that. He's like, you know what? I should have 30 medevacs up in the sky not doing anything. Like, it worked out pretty well.
No, I'm learning from that. One sec while I take a bite out of this muffin.
Yep, as we are getting ready for the next series, as you pointed out, we do have LastSurprise advancing to the semis, and he will be facing the winner of our next series.
Yeah, the TVP, one of two at least today, and it is going to be again between two people who we really like their names personally. One of them being the Protoss player Seigifried, the other being the Terran player Koda.
Exactly, Koda. Every single time I hear it, I think of the map Koda. Like I get like a blast from the past. And
maybe
Seigifried,
that's what I should do while sorry.
Yeah, and Seigifried, he's kind of like a well-known, I almost want to say community figure. Like he's just been around. Like he has competed a lot in like CTL, Chobo Team League, and all the other amateur events. I believe he was pretty highly ranked in. I want to say he used to be on All Inspiration back in the day.
Was it Seigifried or was it Siegfried?
True, could have been the other one. Yeah.
Both from America.
That they
I believe they were both in the same clan at one point, which really made things a little awkward, but at least they play different races.
Yeah, at least that's.
And
are you ready?
I am.
Oh, okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
And here we have it then, spawning in the top right-hand corner map all the way. In the top right-hand corner map of Eternal It is Eternal Empire L-E-E-L-E, which does in fact stand for extra empirical lightning evidence. Extra empirical lightning evidence. That is when a breakthrough gets made in the field of electrophysics. Or is it wait, which one is the study of energy? It's physics, right? Because chemistry is matter, and then biology is life. And I guess you also have like the more specific ones like medicine, which is the study of medicine. And then you have like zoology, which is the study of zoos. Wait, no, animals. But not zoos. And the top right-hand corner of the map, we have the red Terran player coming down from the land of America. He is the brother of the Bears, representing Risen. We have Koda.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have our first Protoss player of the night. We have the American Protoss player representing Icebound Esports. It is Seigifried.
Seigifried, like Seigifried is the Terran player.
I'm standing by what I called him. Because it just rolls off the tongue.
Seigifried, because he has, to be fair, I believe he has actually been Seigifried for quite some time, but did he lose a show match, I believe, is what happened?
I can't remember which one lost it.
Seigifried, or was it, or were they both Seigifried, and then Siegfried had to change from Sigi to Sig?
One of them lost it, one of them changed. I don't know which one's which at this point. I got no idea, but we've got one of them right here, right now, currently getting 2 racks by his opponent,
2
Koda.
racks. I feel like you're underselling it a little bit there. Like, it's 2 racks, reactored Reapers.
Oh yeah.
4 at a time. Someone's hyped for Bjorn.
Someone is going a little bit insane here, and Seigifried just quickly checking his vision. He has no idea that this is happening. He has not spotted the proxy, has not gone into the main base in quite some time, so doesn't know that there are production buildings missing. And oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's got to suspect something though, right? He saw the reactor on that barracks over there. He saw that Koda was really trying to deny the vision, so he's probably thinking something is up his way. He's getting 2 shield batteries in natural, which is a good precaution to take when when you don't entirely trust your opponent. But is it going to be enough? Is my question.
The problem is that like he's doing a good job at scouting with his probe to the bottom right, and the shield batteries are good. Except the problem is that Reapers, they can just ignore it. They can just ignore it. They can just jump right into the main.
That they definitely can. The jig is up now for Koda. Seigifried knows that it is nothing but Reapers coming his way, and this is honestly going to be a pretty tough hold for Seigifried. He only has 3 Stalkers at the moment, and it's got to be at multiple places. Well, maybe not multiple places at once, but he definitely has to position as best he can.
Oh yeah, definitely, and we'll see what Koda does here. I don't really want him to focus too much here at the natural. Like again, this is what Seigifried wants his opponent to do because there is a potential for shield battery overcharge. The true shield batteries themselves there as well. So Koda, he has to kind of pick and choose his fights, and we'll see if he goes into the main.
That he does. There we go. Where are the shield batteries over here? Light 1 by the Nexus. And it's already going to be under overcharge. Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, but this is enough Reapers, or it should be enough Reapers to 2-shot the Stalkers. Okay, maybe not, but about enough. A lot of damage being done, and yeah, with this shield battery so far in position, Koda is just taking absolute full advantage of the mobility that these Reapers have.
Exactly.
Be able to take out the Immortal. That's not something that he should be able to do.
Yeah, all the Stalkers go down, the Immortal goes down. There are 2 Stalkers remaining, but already so much value was gotten by Koda, and now he's going into the mineral line as well. There's nothing to protect the probes here in the natural, and in the end, Seigifried will push this army away, and Koda, like, he's not committing to this. Like, he's transitioning at home.
That he is. That is a 4x coming out light. I've heard a 4 gate. This is actually a 5x coming out light.
This is...
I mean, no factory, no starport for medevacs or anything. This is a lot of damage potential that, I mean, it's sim once, and that's going to be all your chance. And to be honest with you, Light, against 2 shield batteries, I feel like this is quite a bit of a risk that Koda is taking. But honestly, I'm just looking at the amount of firepower he's got right now, man. I'm looking at the amount of firepower potential that he's going to get.
Exactly, like... Koda, like, he just needs to stim forward, focus down the pylons. The shield batteries are going to be, like, you know, they're not going to do anything here in the natural, and then he can just focus down the Immortal. Like, there's just so much potential here with the bio army of Koda. He's playing, like, pure legacy right now, being incredibly aggressive with his bio, and here we go, he's starting to push out across the map.
Yeah, rallying everything over there. Stim is going to be done by the time, maybe not by the time this hits, but a little bit after it hits, at the very least. And I mean, what does Seigifried really have right now? A handful of Stalkers, an Immortal. What's that going to do against that many Marauders with concussive shells? It's not even a Twilight Council out right now because, you know, this is exactly the build that Seigifried was going for.
Yeah, exactly. You know what that Immortal's gonna do? It's gonna die, mate. That's what it's gonna do. It's not gonna survive at all. I mean, we'll see. Here comes the bio army of Koda, and Seigifried, he has 2 shield batteries. He has overcharge available to him. He can force field if he needs to as well. And Stim, it's 10 seconds away from finishing.
Yeah, I mean, Seigifried, he does see the bio army over here with his observer over there, but I mean, what can he really do? He's trying to get some Zealots out right now as, you know, a bit of a desperate defense. Zealots are pretty tanky, but without charge, they're just gonna die before they can really hit the opponent. Very nice use of the force field, though, I've got to say. And that is kind of a wasted sim over there for Koda. It's about to run out pretty soon, and I mean, he's got 1 left in him right now, Koda does.
Oh, and he stims on forward. He focuses down the sentries. The sentries, they were out of energy anyway, and it looks like, as you were saying, like, you just can't stim too often with this army. Koda can't, like, he's just hurting himself, and a 3rd shield battery finishes up for Seigifried. A 4th, another backup pylon on the way. He just needs to hold. That's all he has to do right now.
But that's going to be a little difficult considering all of these SCVs. Koda is so insanely all in right now. Just like Brother Bear.
Oh my god, he's going in!
That he is targeting down the overcharged batteries. Very nicely done by our Red Terran player. The SCVs do start to go down, but the army for Seigifried not really affected too much. Now the Marauders, though, are really starting to flex their muscle, but they are starting to be taken out. These Immortals are having an absolute field day on these units, and with that, Koda, that was such a costly loss. That was such a massive loss.
Well, like, Koda, that attack right there had to win the game. He had to end the game right then and there, and part of me likes that he was focusing down the shield batteries, but at the same time, like, that was such a lot of DPS, such a lot of time bought for Seigifried.
Here's the thing, though, like, the shield batteries were taken out. Koda, he's still got a bit of an income to him. He's trying to go for round 2, and this is his final shot.
Mm.
We thought it was his final shot earlier on. That was him. Now that was him before his health went to 0. Now Koda's health is at 0, and he's on death's door. That's a Darkest Dungeon reference.
Uh-huh.
I've been playing that on stream.
It is, but he's not taking this opportunity because you know what? Charge, it's about to finish up. 3 shield batteries on the way here at the natural as well. We have 3 sentries with more and more energy building up as time goes on. 4 more force fields, and this is just ideal for Seigifried.
This is just a best case scenario. He held that
the boys
so well. The boys are being pulled once again. It's mostly a Marauder army right now, and to be fair, there's not a lot of Zealots out over there, so it's not going to be the worst thing in the world for fighting the world for Koda, but how the force is going to look like. Beautiful splitting of the army over there, but unfortunately a little bit sloppy. These Marauders still in range. There we go. There's that full wall, and with that, the SCVs have been taken out. Koda, forced under the retreat, does not want to move into those force fields, and now he's actually trying to get a 3rd base, but considering how many workers he's actually get there, I feel like it's the time's kind of up. Like
he's starting a 3rd CC. What is Koda thinking right now? I mean, I understand that he's trying, but oh my god, the defense here was just too strong by Seigifried. He shuts it down, kills all the SCVs, forces the Marauders back.
3 Immortals against a very mass Marauder army. I think Seigifried has got this in the absolute bag right now. Like this, I'm really trying to think what Koda can maybe do to try to deflect this. But I mean, Terra doesn't have shield batteries.
They do not. She doesn't have any bunkers ready either. There are no medevacs, no starport. There is a single factory, but he hasn't quite done anything with it. And yeah, there's no add-ons. There's nothing really. There's no production there for that factory. He's trying to position his Marauders in the best like concave possible, which I do like. So maybe he has a chance to hold, and the game can progress.
Yeah, I really do like the pre-split. Trying to get as much of a concave as possible there, but it's a bit of a risk. He does have to sort of reposition every single time. It's not quite as bad as unsieging and resieging siege tanks, but yeah, I mean, without medevac support, these units are going to be really slow without stim. Without the medevacs, yeah, we saw what happened earlier on when he first tried to push in.
Yeah, definitely. And here we go. The War Prism is here as well, so Seigifried can continue to apply pressure here across the map. He has Blink as well on his Stalkers, as well as Zealot legs for his charge lots, and he's going to be going in here. He has plenty of energy for Force Field.
Alright, and I'm kind of liking the position right now for Seigifried, but as the armies got closer, there we have it. GG, well played. Good hold, says Koda. And I absolutely agree. Seigifried, he was on the brink of death, not once, but twice that game. But he, with the proper use of the force fields, making the absolute most advantage as he could of those shield batteries, he was able to defy death. He stared the bear in the eye as he was getting mauled, and then said, "Guess what? I've got pepper spray."
Yeah, and that's how you deal with bears, apparently. Oh god! And
well, I mean, it kind of depends. I mean, I was on my PSA about bears.
He did it. He holds and takes game number 1, and what a hold! It was like those multi like facets to that, right? First it was the 2 racks with the Mass Reaper, then the full up Marauder play as well. Yeah, solid defense there. You know what? With that play, Seigifried, he should send the replay to stats and see if he can get into shield.
That he should. That'll be his application. Maybe it's one of those sort of junior members.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely sick hold. You know, Sats is gonna come down himself and be like, to his door, or at least that's how I imagine it. Sats is gonna come down to his door and be like, "Greetings, Mr. Seigifried."
No. It'd be Seigifried. He goes like into his kitchen or something one night, and then it's already in the corner. He goes full Nick Fury like Stats does, you know.
Yes. I imagine him with the trench coat and the eye patch, and he's like, "What do you need that eye patch go for?" And he's like,
He's like, "Didn't you get LASIK a couple of years ago? Like, why do you have an eye patch? What happened?"
Listen, sometimes complications happen.
Oh god, it's great, it's beautiful, and we'll see if Seigifried is able to continue to continue the hold, if you will, to continue his application here for Shield in game number 2, as for one of the last times on this channel, we're going to be casting Golden Wall.
Yeah, it was definitely a shame, but for TVP, this is maybe not the sickest matchup for this particular map, but it's definitely a matchup where there are a lot of options that either player can really take. I think a lot of times Protoss players, they do like going for some kind of Stargate sort of shenanigans, trying to go stuff at the wall here. Terran players, they also like to go for a little bit of a sneaky flank here, just to take advantage of the backwards ramp and how good of a tank position that is. But yeah, we'll see. Again, the duality of Golden Wall is that they don't have to do all of that.
Yeah, definitely. And Yaku, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
And speaking of a reference, here we are. This is the man who is the one with a lot of great references here onto the Golden Wall, held up by the Pillars of Gold, protecting the Eternal Empire, of which the LE submarines are hidden. In the left-hand side of the map, spawning all the way in the left-hand side of the map, we have the Red Terran player coming all the way from the land of America. I'm going to be guessing Alaska, but I could be wrong there. I'm probably wrong there. I mean, does everyone live in Alaska nowadays, other than like bears? But then again, Koda is. Yeah. Representing Risen. It's not Risen Community, right? It's just Risen Gaming, or just Risen.
It's just Risen, mate.
It's just Risen. It's just Risen. He is Koda.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Golden Wall LE, we have the American Protoss player, currently representing Icebound Esports. It is Seigifried. Oh my god,
another 2 racks with the night scouting light.
Exactly, he's doing it once again, time style, with that denied scouting, throwing down that very fast supply depot so that the probe can't get into the main base, so that Seigifried doesn't know, hey, is he actually is he actually going 2 racks, or is he just trying to psych me out?
So I had a question for Seigifried, and that is, when your probe can't go into the base, what are you going to do? And you found the answer. It's going to proxy a gateway. Heck yeah.
Oh god. Okay, so both players being pretty aggressive here. And Koda, I don't know if he's going to be able to hold. Oh my god, he's throwing down a factory behind this.
Ah, 2-on-1. Like it.
Ah. Okay.
And Protoss can definitely still work, especially on a map like Golden Wall, where you want to boost south of the wall into your opponent's main. But the problem with that is Seigifried also getting a Stargate in this location.
What is happening? What is happening right now?
May not work out too well for Koda.
Yeah, I mean, we have a proxy Stargate and a proxy gateway here for Seigifried. He doesn't know quite what's happening in the main base of Koda, but he did scout 2 Marines, so that could tip him off that it isn't like Reapers like it was in the previous game. And as you were saying, here we go off of 1 base, a 2-1-1. Interesting.
We haven't seen this in quite some time, especially not against Protoss, but I had to say, pretty refreshing.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while to hit. Like, Stim is on the way, just started. Meanwhile, here we go, Void Ray on the way. Oh boy.
Oh, Seigifried, he's gonna be throwing down shield batteries. He wants this Void Ray to live. This and many other Void Rays, I imagine. Gateway is still a little bit of a ways off, but yeah, he's already set up this reinforcement point Seigifried has, and this can go a couple of different ways. To be fair for Koda, right, one thing he does have going for him is he's got a lot of Marines, and that's absolutely what he wants with his 2-on-1.
That's exactly what he wants. And I mean, Marines, they do fare okay against Void Rays, but as you were saying, the shield batteries are on the way. So far, they haven't been scouted. Otherwise, potentially Koda could be shelling away at them from the high ground with the Marines, but he just hasn't seen them. He doesn't know that they're on the way.
I don't think they're quite in range for a Marine, but yeah, definitely a tank or a Cyclone or something like that. Whatever Koda decides to get for that. The medevacs are outlined, and is he gonna load up? I have a feeling he's gonna load up. But there we go. Seigifried does reveal his hand, and what is Koda's reaction gonna be? Stim is not quite done yet.
Oh, it's not. It's just pure naked Marines right now, and against 2 Void Rays with the support of shield batteries, I don't know if they have enough DPS.
Well, maybe with Stim, something can get done if Koda has some really nice target firing. He is supply blocked, though. Supply capped, so... I don't know, supply blocked, so... yeah, not really gonna... Getting too much done there. This barracks is in a lot of trouble, and if once the reactor barracks goes down, then Koda is going to be in just that much more trouble.
Exactly. You could see that with the sim, he almost was able to kill 1 Void Ray, but it pulled back into the safety of the shield batteries. The majority of the Marines go down. A 3rd Void Ray joins the fray with all these adepts as well, and pure Marines.
Exactly, pure Marines. I mean, against just Void Rays, you're fine, but we've seen Seigifried use some of the best body blocking that I've seen in quite some time, like with these adepts, that these Marines, they couldn't even get on top of these Void Rays. These Void Rays were just so protected. They may have as well have been wrapped up in styrofoam.
Exactly, and there are just so many adepts here on the ground, and that's exactly what you want against Marines, to protect these Void Rays. I do like there is a Cyclone and a Viking on the way for Koda, but it may just be a little bit too late here.
Kiting, Koda. Show me the kiting.
Exactly.
Show me how you kite. No, but I mean, Seigifried, he's almost twice the army supply. This should not be possible for Koda to hold, even if he pulls SCVs. And I mean, yeah, prismatic alignment doing pretty well against buildings. GG is called. Well played, Koda says. And Seigifried now on match point light.
Oh,
this is
boy.
Just like that scene in Brother Bear, where he was almost killed.
Was the styrofoam thing a Brother Bear reference? I
mean, did they have styrofoam back then?
Back then?
In 2003, when the movie came out?
I imagine so.
It might have been. It wasn't intentional.
Oh god. Alright, Seigifried, he's up 2-0 in this best of 5, and oh boy, we'll see how this goes. I'm really curious to see what map 3 is gonna be. Are we gonna end up on submarine? Are they crazy enough to let Golden Wall and submarine through?
No, I want to say ice and chrome.
Oh, okay.
We were both kind of off. Pretty way off.
Oh, this is the first time we're seeing this map today.
That we are, yeah. Did we see Palace of Gold yet? I don't think we did.
I don't think so, yeah.
Alright, so that's the next map that we're going to be looking out for. As we load into Death Aura.
Yes, for the first time tonight, we are going to get into Death Aura. Oh boy, and I've got my eyes on Koda. Like, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna just proxy again? Is he gonna pull Tasia, proxy everything?
I have a feeling a bunker's gonna be involved.
It's possible.
It definitely is. And I mean, man, Seigifried has just been playing really well so far. Gotta say, I mean, I was trying to transition that into the Bear PSA, but didn't work out because I was like, oh, this may be the final time I get to say the PSA.
What are you on about, man? What?
Listen, if you're in North America or Russia, see a black bear, you should want to try to fight back or at least make yourself seem threatening, because black bears are kind of on the smaller side and they're less aggressive than the other kinds of bears. If you see a brown bear, you won't be playing dead. You have no chance trying to fight a brown bear, but a brown bear will not eat anything that it thinks is dead. So your best bet is to hope it goes away. If you see a polar bear, pray. Because polar bears ain't picky. You can't fight a polar bear. Best case scenario, you have some pepper spray and try to irritate it and go off. But if not, tough luck. They ain't picky eaters either. They'll eat anything.
Are you glad you got the PSA out there? The people.
Yes, I feel like a lot of our audience is that's very. I feel like for a lot of our audience, that's very relevant for them.
Yeah, it's useful information. You just saved a life
Exactly.
right there, Yaku.
I feel like exactly. I feel like most of our viewers are from the Siberian wilderness, where they encounter black, brown, and polar bears on a daily basis.
Speaking of the Siberian wilderness, Yaku, are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
And we're now loading in onto Death Aura! The Aura of Death! This is potentially the final map of this best of 5! I couldn't quite hit the high note at the end there, but anyway, it's all good. In the bottom right-hand corner map, swatting all the way in the bottom right-hand corner map, we have the Red Terran player. Coming out from the land of America. Potentially from Alaska, but also potentially not. He is going to be representing Risen. And Light, this is his chance. This is his chance to potentially fight back, try to get a paw in his opponent or something like that. He is Koda.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Death Aura LE, but also in the bottom center proxy with the 2-gate, we have the American Protoss player representing Icebound Esports. It is Seigifried.
Well,
oh boy.
I feel like this is a complete reversal of game number 1, except this time Seigifried does get a scout off into Koda's base. I mean, there may not be much to really see here. It's just a gas and a Rax, but I mean, Seigifried does need to see what's going on, yeah?
Yo, Seigifried just gassed off! Oh my god, that's it. You know what he's done? He has gotten the pepper spray. He's knocking the bear out right now. I mean, even cancels at the moment, keeping his opponent on 1 gas, and I love it.
Koda loves it. He's a great sport. That's something you do love to see.
Yeah.
In these more friendly tournaments.
I mean, Seigifried allowed him to get the gas. Like, if Seigifried wanted to, he could have let it finish, but he cancelled it. He allowed Koda to get that second gas. What a guy. But, mate, Koda doesn't know. He doesn't know.
No, he has no idea at all. Even getting for the first time, not one basing it.
Oh no!
And, I mean, still gonna be a while before a bunker can come up. 2 zealots already finished. Stalker gonna be making this way. To be fair, I mean, Seigifried is giving Koda a bit of time, so maybe he could try to get a bunker and a marine out, but that time is very quickly running out.
Exactly. The window is closing as we do have the 2 zealots pushing out across the map. I say across the map. They're just going up the ramp into the natural. We got 2 stalkers on the way as well. Meanwhile, the Reaper is only now going to get into the main base, and when he does, he's going to realize, oh god.
What have I done?
What have I done? That's it!
That's it. There we have it then. GG. Wow. What a way to end that series. And mate, Light, I gotta tell you, Seigifried, he is, I almost feel like he's a complete package here. Game number 1, he showed us his absolute mastery of defense. Game number 2, he showed us how well he can sort of improv, right? How he can improvise something. And game number 3, he's got some cheese in him. He can be a little bit cheeky. I'm actually kind of worried for LastSurprise now.
Yeah, part of me feels like Seigifried, like, it almost feels like game number 1 set the tone for things, because after game number 1, he's like, oh, wow, all right, this is what you want to do? You want to be this aggressive, this cheesy? Nah, mate, I'm going to show you how it's done.
Mate, yeah, I mean, I was looking for a bear wallet. Wait, what do you... Wait,
Kate?
no.
Kate?
I was waiting for I was hoping to get a new fursuit.
Exactly. He just hunted the bear down. Koda, he tried his best. He was so incredibly aggressive. It was game 3 where he finally decided to tone it back a bit and actually expand, and not go for something off of 1 base. But that was his fall right there. That was a mistake. Should have kept going.
And he should have. Well, okay, maybe he shouldn't have, but I mean, it would have been nice. It would have been pretty good if he was able to know what Seigifried did. But honestly, like I feel like the next time they face each other, Koda, he's not gonna forget that.
Oh yeah.
Next time they face Koda, 100% he's scouting Seigifried.
Oh
he
yeah.
knows how cheeky he can be now.
Definitely, definitely. And Seigifried will be advancing to face another Terran player, another American Terran in LastSurprise in the semifinals. And that will be played out next week. As today we are just covering the round of 8. Next week we will do the semis as well as the grand finals of NA Contender.
Yeah, will America get dethroned? Or will it stay?
What? Who's gonna win, America or America?
Oh! But I mean, like, okay, which state is gonna win then? It'll be Texas? I'm not sure if anybody's from Texas, actually.
Oh, God.
I know Yoda Slim is.
Yeah, we'll have to find that out. Also, shout out to, oh my god, I'm not going to try to say that, but Dzień dobry to the viewers from Poland. We actually have quite a number of people from Poland.
Wait, what did Duolingo teach me? Mleko I ciasteczka. Ja jem jabłko, dziewczynka.
Do you know what you said?
I think so. Something to do with an apple.
God damn it! Milk and cookies and an apple. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Thanks, Duolingo.
And with that, we are going to be getting into our first and only mirror matchup today. We're going to be getting into that ZVZ.
Oh, and what is ZVZ to kick things off with, Light?
Exactly. Are you ready to kick it off?
Aye, aye, Captain.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
And so we are kicking things off. Here we are now on Def Aura LE, the map of the kicking until the aura is deaf. Here we are in the bottom right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom right-hand corner map, the purple Zerg player going for a 12th wool. I just heard this up pretty quick. He is not quite feeling like a star. You can't quite feel the shiny. He doesn't really love Cloud City. Look at that. His head isn't really in the side. He is representing roommate. That's not Risen from the Gosu.
Remember the game. Remember the game.
Remember the. Oh, God. Fucking damn it. Remember the game, not Brazil. He is Hoi, not Solo.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the American Zerg player representing Team Legion, currently getting 12 pulled, and oh god, he went for a hatch first. It is Benjadeath. Oh no, he went for a gas! No! He's going hatch gas pool!
Come on, show me the pool, Benjadeath. Show me the pool. You really need it out soon, because on the map, on Death Aura, he's even bringing the drones with him. Like, who he is.
Oh, he's going around as well. He's not going straight down the ramp, so he's gonna keep him hidden as long as possible. Even going the long way around to the right hand side and skipping all the Overlord vision. And oh god, Benjadeath, he's just.
I feel like that's kind of okay on Death Aura, though, right? Isn't it? Because when you get to the final speed zone, you just zoom in quick.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like bypassing it completely. There we go. He's already across the map. The first spawning pool isn't even done, and we'll see what Benjadeath does. We'll see if he's able to pull the boys and survive here.
Yeah, I think at the very least there will be a little bit of surface area denial just because of how the spawning pool is placed. But the drones are here, like the drones are here with the lings, and a decent wall. That was actually a really good attempt, but
yeah,
in the end, Zerg needs creep to fill out. Zerg needs creep to build their buildings, and yeah, I just feel honestly I feel kind of bad for Benjadeath over here.
I mean, Benjadeath, he's actually holding quite well. He hasn't really lost too many workers at all. He actually shaved off a lot of the units of Hoi, and he's actually starting to deny the spines as well. The Lings are finally coming out, and it looks like Benjadeath may have enough here. Like, the control of Hoi was kind of lacking there. And again, like, yeah.
And we thought Seigifried could join Shield.
Exactly, like Hoi only has a handful of Lings and drones here. Like, that's all he has. To be fair, the spines are finishing up and they're going to be able to take out the spawning pool, but that's kind of negligible.
It definitely is, and with how close that spawning pool is at the moment, I can imagine those Broodlings doing a surprising amount of damage. Spinecrawler trying to move down the ramp, but honestly, this is such a risk as it's about to be surrounded over there, and the rest of the Spinecrawlers are not in range to really take advantage of that. Hoi is trying to get something out of some body blocking. The Spine does live for the time being, and since it's in a corner, it's a little bit harder for Benjadeath to really engage in that.
Yeah, definitely. So the spawning pool does go down. It looks like the spine on the low ground should be going down as well. Yes, it will. And like, the problem is when you leapfrog spines like this, they have to be in range of each other. But it's enough. Benjadeath holds.
Good game, well played, and the Queen still lives like Benjadeath. What a hold!
Wow. GG.
And
what
you
a game.
were worried that he wouldn't get the spawning pool out in time.
Yeah, what a game. Again, I would have to say that the drone micro from Hoi, I think had much to be desired, as he was just straight up losing the engagement when he was fighting with all his army. I think
accurate.
Yeah, I think he was body blocking his own Lings as well. Like, the drones were just a little bit too much in the way.
Was. Yeah, not the best mineral walking job that I've seen from a Zerg player, but that was I don't know, that was a pretty explosive game number one. I do like that he tried it anyway, as that's something you can do in Death Aura. But yeah, I have a feeling that now we're going to be loading onto Ice and Chrome. Should be a little bit more of a standard game coming out. I anticipate mutas on Ice and Chrome. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of Demi. Yeah. I anticipate mutas on this map.
No, I mean, I've seen both Demi and Jim go for mutas quite a lot on Ice and Chrome. We'll see if the game will even last that long. I mean,
and it's ZVZ.
Yeah, I mean, there's
and
a lot of
ZVZ.
Yeah, there's a lot of different facets to a ZVZ, right? I mean, I'm sure we're going to see a lot of Ling Bane action, unless one of them decides to, like, completely wall off and go 2 base. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the facets are, you got the Z, you got the other Z.
Exactly.
So expand and simplify this equation, you nerd.
You feeling okay, Yaku?
No, I showed Princess my math homework, and I was like, "Oh my god, you're actually getting algebra. Good job." I'm like, "Oh my god, thank you."
Nice.
Yeah, but I did fall asleep in class yesterday.
All right, Yaku, are you good?
I am.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
And here we are now on Ice and Cream. LE. LE, of course, standing for Latte Experimentation. Latte Experimentation. That is what the fine folks over at Their Ice Coffee tried a new double shot mocha at a local Woolworths here today. Little there'll do ya. As we all know, this map is one massive, elaborate marketing. Yeah, do I want to say scheme? I feel like scheme is a little harsh. Marketing. No, strategy for them. As we are now in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have the purple Zerg player. The one with the massive big spine energy. Unfortunately, not quite working out too well for him previously, but now, go for the gas pool light. Going for the gas pool, still looking to be aggressive. He is Hoi. Representing, remember the game, not Brazil.
There you go, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ice and Chrome LE, we have the American Zerg player representing Team Legion, going for that hatch gas pool once again. It is Benjadeath.
Now, I don't know what it is, Light, but I'm feeling even more reassured for Benjadeath now.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it quite is. Like, could it be the map? Could it be the build that Hui's going for? Could it be Benjadeath's hold in the previous game? I don't know what it is. Could be anything. It's probably not any of those. It's probably just because I drank water. That's why I'm feeling more reassured for him.
Okay, I was trying to figure out what you were alluding to, but okay. All right, there we go.
Benjadeath is safe, is what I'm...
Yeah, Hui, he's going for an opener that I love to do, going for a gas first. It does mean that you will have faster speed than your opponent, will have faster bailiness, so you can be pretty aggressive, or you can back off and be defensive as well. It's very versatile as an opener. It does mean that your opponent does have a better economic opening, but we'll see if Hui can do something here to disrupt that.
I'm just waiting for Hui's Evo Chamber. I'm waiting for his Evo Chamber. I'm waiting for his +1. I'm waiting for him to go all the way on the other side of the map.
You just want a Ling Flood. That's all you want.
That's what I do, yeah.
God damn it.
They do think alike.
I mean, he is making 8 Lings at the moment. He has not made a single drone, so Hui is looking to Ling Flood, but this Queen is a little bit exposed, and all his Lings are going to be revealed.
Just like so. Wow, really good survival on the Queen over there.
Yeah. And look at that. As soon as the Lings are revealed, Benjadeath immediately threw down a full wall off. 100% wall off. Nothing can fit through.
So decisive. Now, there is a little bit of a risk right now for Benjadeath to sort of get Bane busted, as Evo Chambers, they're not the highest health building that Zerg does have, but with only 2 Banelings out over there, and I mean, the Queens are focusing their attention on these Lings. Should be too tough of an ask for. Whoa, no! One of the Banelings for Hui accidentally taken out over there. Really good re-walling over here by Benjadeath.
Yeah. He's got a secondary wall behind this just in case, but he does cancel when he realizes that he doesn't need it. And Hui pulling a little bit of a 2017 light there with that manual detonation of the Baneling. Oh boy, and Hui, bear in mind, he isn't committing to this. Like, he isn't Ling flooding behind this. He is droning up. He's just trying to be as aggressive as he can to force his opponent to, you know, overreact in some ways, and the Lings do get in.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of an overreaction for Evo Chambers being built there. 2 more on the way. And this could potentially set up Benjadeath for being pretty far behind in the long run, but I'm not sure that's going to be the case for much longer.
Yeah, I will say that it's really good that Hui was able to do this, because he was able to snipe a Queen. He forces that overreaction with the Evos as well. Like, this is damage that he needs to deal, even if it's indirect damage, because like he was so far behind because of the opening, right? Because he didn't go for that economic opener. So yeah, he's actually doing a fairly good job with these Lings.
Yeah, I think the question now is, how does Hui take advantage of this? Is he going to go for a 3rd base? Which, yep, he is.
Yeah, but he has to be careful, because something that he has scouted with these Lings is that his opponent did go for a 2-base lair, and he's going into roaches, so he is going to be going for this big 2-base push. And Hui, does he have enough at home to defend? Like, he may be a little bit too greedy here. He is making a wave of Lings.
Absolutely, and when your opponent's on 2 bases, there's a possibility that as they trickle in the roaches, you can just go with your Lings and try to go for some surrounds. But yeah, I mean, we'll see when and with what army Benjadeath decides to push out with.
Exactly. As we do see Benjadeath, he is expanding, he is taking a 3rd base. Meanwhile, Hui is looking to deny that expansion with this army of Lings going across the map. Immediately Benjadeath cancels his base.
Very nice decision making coming out right here from Benjadeath. Even re-walling his natural, and honestly, like, this is what he needs to survive, but how many times can he get away with this? How much longer until Hui just makes a bajillion workers and takes advantage of how scared Benjadeath is playing?
Benjadeath is the most defensive Zerg I've ever seen. Like, oh my god, like, immediately he sees an army coming across him, he just fully walls off. Like, my god.
He's actually Stats' long-lost son.
Exactly.
Brought up to play Zerg.
Yeah, it's so interesting to me the way Benjadeath is playing, and because like he's been making roaches this entire time, roach speed is about to finish, and once it's done, he can just push across.
Well, he's already starting to push across with a pretty massive army coming out over here. Boy, trying to go back into natural base. Actually going to be turning around, not even bothering trying to fight that. He knows that he does have to try to get something done to deal with these roaches.
Yeah, he's just trying to buy time with these lings, but Benjadeath is having none of it. He's pushing across the map with his roaches, and what is there to defend? There are a couple of ravagers, a couple of roaches. He's making as many lings as he can. Desperately, Hoy is trying to get an army out to defend, and it looks like he may have enough here.
Ooh, can he get a surround? Can he get a surround? He's about to. Does manage to get a bit of a surround, but not the tightest wrap on these lings. So his Quarterfinals actually not really hitting too much. You can see the +1 range really working in Benjadeath's favor over here. Hoy with not a lot of roaches or ravagers over there. Now that the Zerling count has just about thinned out to nothing, this is not looking good at all, like,
yeah,
at all.
My god, that was such a big brain play. I loved the way he was trying to surround the army and bile it, but as you were saying, like, they were never tight surrounds. Like, Benjadeath was just kept avoiding all the biles, and now there are just so many roaches. All the ravagers have gone down, the majority of the lings, the majority of everything when it comes to Hoy. And mate, old mate Ben, he just has too much.
Oh, mate Benja, GG, well played. And there we have it, Benjadeath, match point. And speaking of match point, Soko, thank you very much for the 32-month sub. How are we gonna do these? How are we gonna do these celebrate slate? Shall we say? Wait. Shall we do it birthday style, where 10 months is something different? So normally, how Seal would do it is like 32 quacks. How about we do 3 something else and 2 quacks?
What are you on?
What is something else that we're gonna do?
Exactly. I don't know where your mind is going right now. I don't know what you have.
What if we do 3? What if we do 3 Torilas and 2 quacks?
Torila!
Torila! Quack, quack.
Quack. Thank you so much, Soko, our Finnish longtime duckling. Like, oh god, he's been around since the beginning. I remember
32 months.
Yeah,
that's, I mean 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, not just these 32 months, but even before that, when we were, part of Crank's channel, like, Soko was always there. Like,
yeah, watching, waiting, anticipating.
Yeah, I mean, Soko, he was also part of the wedding anniversary gift, if you recall, or the wedding gift.
Yeah,
like, yeah, it's what a guy. It's great.
What a
it's
guy.
Great. But even though Soko, he doesnn't cast, he isn't he's more in Osso than StarCraft. And Final Fantasy.
He's part of the Jet gang.
Yeah.
The Jet and what's the name? The Zerg player did mute us a lot. Yeah. Kasuri, the Jet Suno gang.
Yeah, every now and then I do go back and I rewatch the wedding gift. Like it was the beginning. It's how we all started. It's how we all. It was the first thing that we did together as a group. Like it was great.
I stand here having missed the wedding anniversary.
God damn it.
Listen.
Mm-hmm. Weren't you a part of you were part of the wedding gift, right, Yaku? Yeah.
I don't think so. Actually.
Really?
No. What happened was I wasn't part of the behind the scenes, but I watched Crank do it live.
Okay.
Yeah,
that was back in
RTD.
That was back in 2016.
What a year. Oh, that's right, because I actually only became more active like in 2017 in the Crank community. Before that, I was more of a shit poster in the chat every now and then.
Oh god, good times. All right, Yaku, are you ready?
Da.
All right, let's do this. 3, 2, 1.
And speaking of ready, we are now for the first time tonight going to be seeing Pillars of Gold. LE holding up the Golden Wall. LE protecting the Eternal Empire. LE, of which the LE submarine's a hidden. In the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner map, he is the purple Zerg player. Not going for a quick pool just yet. But I'm keeping my eyes peeled, Light. I'm keeping my eyes peeled. He is going to be representing Remember the Game, not Brazil. We have, coming down all the way from America, he is Hoi.
And his opponent spawning in the top right-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, as both players are going for a hatch first. My god. What? We have the American Zerg player representing Team Legion. It is Benjadeath.
Well, we are on Pillars of Gold, so they may just be, you know, trying to utilize the strengths that are available to them on this map as their players.
Yeah. So this looks like, I mean, to be fair, I think Hoi, as we've seen throughout many of these series, like the aggressive player, once he gets shut down multiple times in a row, he's like, you know what? I get it. I'm gonna just back off. We're gonna play straight up.
Is that you have passed my skill test. Now you are rewarded with a normal game. Although so far tonight, not sure how much of a reward that really was.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so far, like, it's been difficult for these players to come back after being down 2-0. We'll see if Hoi is going to be the first player to do so here, as, again, this is potentially his final game here. It is a best of 5. He needs to bring it back if he wants to make it to the next round. And yeah, we'll see if, you know, we're actually going to get into the mid game. You know, are we going to be able to see Roach versus Roach? Is someone going to go Mutas? Is someone going to go crazy and go like Fast Lurker or Swarm Host or something crazy? I don't know.
Mutas.
Which one though? Which one?
We were ideally both, but I want to say Benjadeath, honestly. Strikes me as a bit more of a Muta style kind of player, but then again, that's just because he's gone macro so far in these games. It was only when his hand was kind of pulled did he go for something a little bit more aggressive.
This is accurate, and we'll see. So far, Benjadeath, he does send his first 4 lanes across the map. It looks like he, you know, tries to get...
going for the scout.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't try to get into the main base, as Hoi is the first to go for that lair.
What's the gas count looking like, Light? What is the gas count looking like? This is gonna be Nidus, isn't it?
It's looking like 1 right now. There's one gas at the moment. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on the gases and we'll see how many more get taken. Meanwhile, Benjadeath, he has gone for another full wall at his own natural.
Yeah, not quite trusting his opponent over there. This is NA we're talking about, so yeah, Benjadeath is pretty experienced amongst these kinds of players.
Ooh, and this is interesting. So Benjadeath, I think he's looking more likely to be going for something cheeky because he has a full wall off. He has 3 gases so far, and he's working on his lair. Oh, never mind though. He did start range on his Evo chamber.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a dashing of my own hopes over there, Light. But it's never too late to switch into Mutas, is what I say. So Benjadeath, you're going to be on Roaches, and Roaches are a great idea, especially this early on. But you know, Mutas are a thing that you can go for later on.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm not trying to, you know, influence you in any way, but you know, Mutas are a pretty good unit. It's not that, you know, I'm trying to nudge you in a certain direction. I'm just saying, man.
Well, I mean, one of them I've heard you, as I was wondering what Hoi was going to do with his lair, because he got it like quite some time ago and he hadn't really done anything with it, and there we go, the gases have been taken and he is going for that Spire.
Alright, Benjadeath, you're dead to me. I'm on Team Hoi all the way now. Give me that reverse sweep, Hoi. Use the Mutas.
Oh, God. Well, this is the problem, though. Like, Benjadeath, he's going for this big 2-base push. Like, he should be expanding at some point, but he's working on roach speed. Like, he already has a decent amount of roaches. And if he pushes out across the map with them before Hoi gets his Muta count underway, like, this is quite scary.
Yeah, that is usually why a lot of Zerg players, particularly in ZVZ specifically, they much prefer going for these sort of Muta switches, where they start off with, say, a Roach Warren or a Flingbane, and then they go into the Spire later on. I feel like 2-base Spire is a lot more common in ZVT or ZVP. This is the player who I thought was going to get a Nidus didn't get a Nidus. Player who I didn't think was going to get a Nidus getting the Nidus, like Benjadeath, starting to butt.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but Benjadeath, he did get in with his Overseer, and he scouted the lair, he scouted the gases. He didn't see the Spire, but he saw the spines, so he was able to determine that it was a Spire coming out from his opponent, and because of that, immediately throws down a Nidus. That's exactly what you want to do against someone who's going for Mutas, because you want to end the game before they get out in high enough numbers. And here we go, the Nidus is coming up, and there are queens inside them.
They're being targeted down by the Mutas right now, though, Light, and I don't know, maybe a couple of queens can get out, but not fast enough. Nidus got denied. Call it a D-Nidus, if you will, but this is still a massive amount of roaches. I mean, they're fighting within the range of the spine, so it's not looking too good for Benjadeath, but man, those Zerglings just got completely evaporated.
Exactly, all the Zerglings went down, the queens are being focused down, but it looks like all these roaches will be dealt with. But there we go, the Nidus actually finishes in the natural.
Yeah, it does. He just needed to keep his roaches alive long enough in order to get the vision there. And now that the queens are out, these Mutas are in such a lot of trouble right now. Like, a lot more roaches going to be coming out pretty soon as well. Going to be a lot of trouble for these spine crawlers. And this is still not bad for Hui, I gotta say, Light, as he did actually evacuate his drones. Didn't actually go into that third base, but yeah, I don't know. This is really get used to the choke point.
I mean, the queens are being focused down by the Mutas, so now there's no more anti-air. It looks like the Spore is going to be focused down as well. As long as Hui can clean up all these roaches, like, he should be able to hold on. But, oh, there is another Nidus coming up in the main.
Indeed, there is, and 2 Zerglings aren't quite going to be enough. The Mutalisk now trying to focus on the roaches at the moment. And now more and more roaches do start to come out. Only a single queen. Actually, there's only 2 roaches. So these roaches are looking to do as much damage as possible before being taken out by these Mutalisks. Almost getting to spawning pool for a sec.
Yeah.
But not quite yet.
I mean, it's taking a long time, but eventually all these roaches will be cleaned up. They haven't killed too many workers. Hui is down in the worker count, but not by too much. So Hui, yeah, he can definitely stabilize.
I think he just turned the series around.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, anything can happen, but it's looking like he is pretty far ahead in this game. He's gotten the third base. Not quite the same amount of workers, but again, he's gotten the third base. He can go just focus so hard in his worker production over there. Maybe get some... he's got his tech up. He's got his lair, his spire. There's World's Oyster right now, so I'm feeling...
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like, oh, the Nidus does get caught in the middle of the map, so it will be going down. And I'm just very surprised because Benjadeath, he has not switched into like a Hydra's or Spire of his own or anything. He's still committing to like just Queen Roach.
Safado style.
Exactly, like it's a very bold choice. It can definitely work. We'll see as he's continuing to try and get Niduses up across the map, and if one of them gets up, then the queens, they can finally come into play. But Hui, he's doing the best he can to try and spot them.
Yeah, and he does see one just being produced over here. Where are the queens? Show me the queens. Benjadeath, there they are. There's a little bit far off a creep, even getting the spore crawlers over here. Benjadeath, man after my own heart right now.
Yeah, and this is so key right now. Spores are the best anti-air you can have as Zerg, and it looks like if they finish, then I'm honestly pretty scared of Hui right now. He has to dive on top of this.
And dive he is, but he's focusing the queens, and a couple of these spores are going to finish up. Benjadeath did manage to have another couple of queens in transit that will provide enough of a swatting away for Hui that he tries to go across the map to do whatever damage he can, but there are spores.
Oh god, I'm honestly a little bit scared for Hui at the moment because now the roaches have killed the third base of Hui, and the spores, they're going on into the main, and if the spores burrow, like, it's gonna be so difficult. Yeah, exactly, it's gonna be so difficult for the Mutas to deal with this now.
It absolutely will. Not the best use of the choke point, but it is good enough that, you know, a lot of these lings and a lot of these drones are just being taken out just like that.
Oh my
And
god.
this force two-mention bar over here.
Yeah, and all the lanes go
Benjadeath can
down.
establish a foothold.
Yeah, all the queens go down, and now that the spores have established themselves, like, what are the mutas gonna do? Like, the mutas, it's gonna be so difficult to take out the 2 queens who can transfuse, as well as these 3 spores.
Well, they're looking to do something at the moment, as he's trying to just target down these spores one by one, but yeah, I mean, really nice splitting here from Benjadeath, not gonna be able to, you know, allow those glaive attacks to deal any splash damage. We go transfuse as well on that spore crawler.
Oh,
And now the
exactly.
roaches are just doing whatever they want, honestly.
Yeah, and it looks like the mutas are going to be able to kill the spores as they did on Burrow, and they're so slow off of creep, but the roaches are getting on top of all the workers now. Every single drone is going to be going down.
Literally one left for Hoy at the moment, and I mean, Benjadeath backing away, but he's got mining. He's ahead in terms of the army count, far ahead in terms of worker count. This, I got excited, Light. I got real excited. I thought Hoy was about to reverse sweep, but it is not looking good for him at all anymore.
Exactly, like Hoy, I still think that a couple of wrong decisions were made, because he does have a lot of mutas, and if he had just focused on his defense instead of trying to counterattack across the map, then maybe he would have been able to, you know, continue to you know, hold on and you know, God, just macro out of this. But now he's only got 2 workers.
Good game, well played. Benjadeath, the Twitter man, is going to the quarterfinals. Man, oh man. I see Shiny Yahi over here in the chat. Hoi as a Vietnamese name. There is actually a player called Hoi Solo from Vietnam.
There is.
So yeah, I do believe that Hoi, not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly, Hoi is in fact Vietnamese, or a Vietnamese name, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, from what we know he is. And GG, congratulations, Benjadeath was able to hold on and just somehow win that game again. Like, it was looking, for the longest time, it was looking as if Hoy was holding. It was looking like he was stabilizing, I should say. That was the word that I was looking for earlier. But yeah, Benjadeath, he just never gave up, unrelenting. He just kept applying pressure, kept throwing down those Niduses, and what a game.
Sorry, I thought that would be a good point to bite my muffin.
Yeah, it's all good. What a game. What a guy. Benjadeath with the 3-0. He does advance to the semifinals over Hoy, and we are going to be getting in to our final best of 5 of the night.
This is gonna determine, like, how many Protoss players, how many Terran players we're gonna be having in the semifinals. 1 Terran, 2 Protoss, 2 Protoss, 1 Terran. What's it gonna be?
What is it going to be? Oh boy, we'll see. We'll see if the PvP finals can be denied here by Wonder. Like, that's what I'm hoping for.
I feel like
stop the Protoss.
I feel like, knowing our luck, because we have no PvP today, the finals is just gonna be one very short best of 7 PvP, except every game is played, but every game is also 5 minutes long.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's totally gonna happen.
That's how I feel it's gonna go down.
Oh boy. And yeah, we'll see how we go here as Yaku. Are you ready for the final best of 5?
I'm swallowing water.
I just took a
Ready.
swig as well. All right, 3, 2, 1.
And here we have it. The first map in the final series of today. It is going to be Pillars of Gold. LE, of course, standing for Lithuanian. Ent. Lithuanian Ent. That's when they got into Lord of the Rings and they tried to get the tree people, but they couldn't translate it correctly because they got a bootleg copy from Vilnius. That's what it's called, right? Vilnius. In the top right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top right-hand corner map, we have the red Protoss player coming down all the way from the land of America. He is representing All In. And we've seen this player before, like, he is the one who goes up and down and up and down and up and down. We have Yoyo.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the American Terran player representing Team Remember the Game. It is Wonder.
I wonder what we're gonna get.
Ah, I wonder. That's all I got.
Ah, that's how you know you really are my parent.
Exactly. Oh boy, I'm not used to this. Are we finally going to get into a series that isn't full of like aggression and cheese? Because that's all we've been having today.
What? This is NA.
It is.
You gotta understand that. Before we hold the phone. Before we continue covering this tournament, Light, I gotta remind you, this is NA.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you say this is NA. This is NA, but without Canada for the first time this season.
This is America.
This is America. This is the United States at the moment.
As good old Don Glover says.
Danny?
No, not Danny. Don. Old. Don Glover.
Exactly. As he says.
It's Donald Glover, but I call it that if you say it's Donald Glover, but if you say Don Glover fast, it sounds like Don Glover.
God damn it, Yaku.
Childish Gambino.
God damn it. But yeah, like we talked about it in the beginning at the beginning of the night, how there are no Canadians, which is again really surprising for NA Contender. For the past 2 seasons, Canadian players have won this tournament, but here in season 4, America is finally striking back, and yeah, we just got nothing but USA players left.
Yeah, I had to get rid of my maple syrup.
Throw it out.
And to go rooting around to get my America bandana back.
If USA wins, yeah, are you gonna like take a photo of like the maple syrup like in the trash?
Oh, I'll take a video of me throwing it in the trash.
Yeah.
Or like pouring it down the sink.
Oh yes.
Because actually, it's kind of expired at this point, so. I may have opened it a little too quickly and not drank enough of it, which, I mean, that's probably the reason why Canada lost. I didn't drink enough of the maple syrup.
We also do not recommend drinking maple syrup. That's not what you should be doing. It's not.
What about all natural? Although the one that I have was artificial, which is also probably another reason why Canada lost.
I don't think even...
I feel like a lot of the things I've done would get me shanked to Canada. If I ever go to Canada, I have to watch my back.
Really, you're the reason why Canada isn't in the playoffs.
I am. I really am.
It's your fault.
They're gonna get me.
They're gonna
call the uncles. They probably have a connection to the uncles in Thailand.
Oh yeah,
Uncle Gaming.
I mean, that's why Hoi was here. We say that he was Vietnamese, but maybe he was Thai.
They're gonna cut my internet.
They're gonna cut your internet. Oh boy. And so far this game, it's been fairly passive. They've both kind of just been, keeping to themselves at the moment. Wonder, he is going for this 1-1-1 into Banshees. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's an interesting change of pace. Like, we are actually getting standard non-aggressive openings.
That's what I mean. It's literally the first time tonight. Like, oh my god. I'm not prepared for this. Like, what is happening right now? I thought we were in NA.
I was expecting us to zoom on by. But I guess that's not what you can really do if you're in Canada.
Exactly, but I do appreciate this. Meanwhile, we do have Wonder. He's pushing out with his Bioforce, with a couple of SCVs to throw down some bunkers as well. Looks like go for some multi-prong as the Banshee is queued up to go into the main.
Yeah, I mean, this is not quite the Clem build, but it's a pretty similar principle, right? He wants to try to get a couple of bunkers out whilst the Reaper and the Banshee tries to do a little bit of harassing or trying to pick Yoyo apart somewhat, but yeah, Yoyo not falling for it. Already having the Stalkers kind of patrolling, being active around here.
Yeah, interesting
to bounce.
Yeah, the Reaper does get into the main first, and he does draw a little bit of attention, but the Banshee has arrived, and the Stalkers are here at the third base, looking to try and push Wonder away, but he sieges up.
Yeah, nice position on tanks over here, but beautiful targeting down on top of those bunkers. Yoyo has more than enough DPS to just one-shot them as they're building. And now Wonder is going to be a lot more careful with how he chooses to engage forward.
Oh, he's losing quite a number of Stalkers here, but now with the Immortal, it looks like he is confident enough to pounce upon this army.
Yeah, great blink happening over there. Beautiful surround as well coming out from Yoyo. And this Immortal standing tall. The bunkers are going to finish up, but what's going to go into the bunker? The bunker's not even going to be finishing up.
Yeah.
Both get cancelled.
And what does that matter? Because now 2 Banshees are in the main base of Yoyo. So far, 4 SCVs have gone down. A couple more being picked up here, but it looks like now that now that everything at the third was taken care of, there's enough here for Yoyo to push the Banshees back.
Nicely done. Another contender for shield over there.
Yes, of course. I will have to notify you. It looks like they don't have game heart, so we're gonna have to be on top of.
Yeah, I knew.
Yeah, gonna have to be careful about
that. I didn't want to bring it up because I was worried that it may trigger Seal, who may or may not be in the chat.
Yeah, we're gonna have to tell the players to regame and remake with game heart.
Yeah, otherwise we're gonna be very upset. We can't actually really do anything about it. As, it's not a tournament, we're not the admins, but we will be upset.
Exactly. So, yeah, we'll see how this progresses, as there is an adept that's trying to get into the main, but it gets body blocked by the SCVs. So we'll get cleaned up.
Man, I was about to make that whole joke of how, like, man, when you're playing Terran, or I guess any race really, one adept, if you allow it to go unchecked in your mineral line, it's going to be a bad day, but Wonder didn't allow that to happen.
Yeah. He was on top of it. Meanwhile, there is that Banshee still traversing between the third and the natural base, trying to find some damage here and there. But there are shield batteries, so I think, yeah, there isn't enough DPS to really do too much. The shield battery keeping the probes alive, buying time for the Stalkers to come back home.
Yeah, and the other 2 Banshees in the main base, not really getting too much done. They're actually being picked off entirely, so gonna be no more harass coming up from Wonder for the time being. He really needs to focus right now and just setting up his economy, rebuilding his army, and yeah, he does have quite a bit of catching up to do.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like the Banshee at the third base will get picked off as it's so close. There it is. Gets taken out right out of the sky, and yeah, that's all the damage done from the Banshees. In the end, how many workers? 8 workers went down. It's okay, but for what was that, 2 or 3 Banshees? 3 Banshees. I don't know if that was worth it.
I would say it definitely wasn't the grand scheme of things. With 3 bases and now about to be 4. You can micron out a lot of probes if you're Yoyo right now.
Yeah, exactly.
All you can't do is throw away your army like this, because otherwise you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Yoyo does blink away, playing it a bit more cautious over there.
Has to be careful, he's poking, he's prodding with his Stalkers, not really committing too much, as you said. Like, if he does, then he's just gonna lose everything to the tanks, to the bio. And yeah, Yoyo, he's getting his 4th up and running. Meanwhile, Wonder, he has his 4th on the way as well as third base. So, mate, we're getting into a longer game.
We're getting to a bit of a longer game there. Nice little change of pace. But I do worry a little bit for Yoyo right now. It's just his, AoE and Stalkers, which Stalkers, they're not exactly the best buffer you can have, but that was fantastic though by Yoyo, being able to catch about 1/3 of Wonder's army just like that for free.
Yeah, like he barely lost anything there in that engagement. That was a pretty hefty loss from Wonder. He has to be careful when he moves out like that, as there are plenty of Blink Stalkers, and as you said, that AoE's out on the map. Meanwhile, the Ghost Academy did just finish up for Wonder, so we should be seeing a couple of ghosts on the way shortly for those EMPs, and I'm just waiting to see what Yoyo is going to get into, like Disruptors or High Templar. Typically, you don't see them like stay on just pure Colossus for too long.
Well, I see Storm being a research, so I have to imagine that it's going to be those High Templar as well. And this is not the best position right now for Wonder. He's making pretty good use of the choke point. The Zealots are starting to really go down, but they are very tough. They have bought more than enough time for these Archons to come in, for these Colossus to really shred away at the bio. There are a decent number of Marauders left, but what look at the army for Yoyo right now. A Colossus goes down, and another one is still here. Viking being taken off just like that. Economy's in shambles. GG is called. Yoyo takes game number 1.
Exactly, Yoyo. He just found an angle, and after it just came down to like catching that drop, well, that army in the middle of the map, as you said, it was like a third of the supply was just caught out and just taken out for free. Like, he just had lost so much supply there for nothing, and then immediately the Protoss just pounced on the Terran.
Yeah, it looked like we were gonna have a very balanced game for a while there, Light, but I mean, that is kind of beauty of StarCraft 2, isn't it? If your opponent makes a mistake and you're able to, you have the opportunity to capitalize on that. And when you do, that's one of the sweetest feelings in the world, I gotta tell you. Not from the other perspective, not from the other end, but.
Yeah. Definitely. So Yoyo able to, capitalize on that, take game number 1. And yeah, we'll see if Wonder can bring it back here in game number 2. Again, this is a best of 5, so one game isn't too bad in the beginning. It isn't as awful as it would be if it was a best of 3. But yeah, I kind of want to see a different opening from Wonder. Like, it felt like the Banshees didn't do too much. Maybe I've seen it too often, but I would love to see some Widowmine drops.
I would too. But I'm thinking that it may be map specific. I'm with you there, where maybe Wonder should diversify his openings for quite a bit. But particularly on Pillars of Gold, I feel like Yoyo was just given a lot of opportunity to get his defenses up. And running.
Yeah, definitely.
And on Everdream could be a bit of a different story. I mean, there's it's a little bit harder for the Protoss player to defend, go from the third base to, say, the main base. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. As we are going to be getting into game number 2, it is going to be on Everdream. And Mate, are you ready?
I have a dream.
3, 2, 1.
And speaking of having a dream, we are now going to be on Everdream LE, Ideally Edla, which does in fact stand for energetic dragons like Evanescence. Energetic dragons like Evanescence. That's you just ask a dragon. They'll probably say, yeah, he's right. I do like that band. In the top right corner map, spawning all the way to the top right corner map, we have the green Protoss player coming out all the way from the land of America. He is now up in the series light. How far up can he get before he goes down? He is going to be coming in from America, representing all inspiration. We have Yoyo.
Yaku, there was so much pun potential there. We're on Everdream. Yeah. You said Evanescence.
Yeah, he's trying to be waking to life.
There you go.
I don't know. You can't just shoehorn it in, like, even though I do. You can't just shoehorn it in. Who do you think I am, Steel?
Could have done it.
I'm not gonna shoehorn it in.
It was there. Wake me up. God damn. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Everdream LE. We have the American Terran player representing, remember the game, it is Wonder.
Speaking of wake me up, September's almost over, like. I'm gonna call Green Day.
Look, the only Green Day song I know is, do they do American Idiot? Is that?
Yeah, that's from the same album.
That's like the only song I know.
That's from the same album.
You think I listened to the album? What are you on, mate? God no, that was just like a single, mate.
Was like, American Idiot, though, the album was like, if if you had to listen to an album back start to finish, American Idiot isn't a bad choice. Like, I mean, at least compared to the rest of the Green Day's albums, where it is like, you know, there are a couple of good songs here and then a couple of fillers.
I can't confirm or deny. I can't be like, nah, yeah, you're right. Sure, yeah. American Idiot. It's where they peaked. Before they died.
It was where they peaked in popularity, to be honest.
There you go. Yeah. That's why I know the song. That's the only reason.
What have they been doing nowadays? Now that I think about it.
You know what they've been doing?
Well, they're probably sleeping right now because it's September.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. But they are at least going for a Twilight Council first. So we do have Yoyo going for a Blink opener, which again is something that we're a lot more used to. It's like pretty standard when it comes to Protoss play. I kind of, got my eye on wonder, like, is he going to go for the same thing? Is he going to go for the switch for the tech lab on the starport, or does he have something else in mind for us? I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, he is going tech first, so I feel like it's going to be something, once again, a little bit more on the aggressive side. I'm waiting to see what he builds from the starport. It's going to be a tech lab, so likely going to be Banshees, but there's always a potential for Ravens.
Is he just going for the same build as Game 1?
I think so.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
Because it looks like he's going to continue to produce tanks, so it's not going to have enough gas to get Ravens out.
Yeah. This is a bold choice, I must say. Like, if you're in a best of series and you do something in Game 1 and it doesn't work and you're going for the same thing again, like that's interesting.
I would say I like it better on Everdream than on Pills of Gold. So maybe wonder he wasn't feeling too confident on the previous map, just trying to get some practice in there, warm himself up, and now on the map where he really has a chance to take the win with this build. Now he's sort of worked out all the kinks.
Yeah, I mean,
he probably worked out the kinks before he came into the tournament. That was just him like putting another layer of polish on it.
Yeah, I would hope so. As we do see, he is going for a very similar style. He is going out across the map with his Banshee, but he gets spotted by the hallucination. Oh boy.
That's unfortunate over there if you're a Wonder fan.
Yeah, the Huluk gets in, he spots everything in the main and the natural. Whether or not he actually saw the Banshee on his minimap is a good question to ask. It looks like he did, because we do have the Stalkers, kind of getting in position to catch it. He's splitting up his Stalkers as well, which is quite nice. And yeah, the Banshee's just... Oh,
that's a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it? Like, the Banshee is definitely something that he's going to be mindful of, something that he needs to take out, but I don't know, if he splits his army a little bit too thin, I mean, the tanks are out right now. Like, okay, they're not being pulled though.
yeah, they're out, but it looks like he may have gone for a similar opening to game number 1, but he's not going for the same push. He isn't going for this multi-pronged attack with Banshees and the main tank push. So pretty interesting, as he did get an earlier third instead. So yeah, he's looking to be more economic here.
Yeah, that he definitely is trying to transition as quickly as he can from this opening into a more standard game, I would say. Yoyo, I mean, being a little bit more safe this time, so which is something that I feel like he does have to do on Everdream, but does mean that they're going to be on equal footing instead of Yoyo being ahead like last time. So yeah, we'll see how that works out, as the gateways are starting to go in. Not quite the massive gateway explosion that I think we're used to seeing from Yoyo, but yeah, he is starting to go into the mid-game light.
Yeah, and the Banshees are in the main base, just shelling away, killing so many probes right now, and no, the Stalkers are attacking the pylon!
Oh, I kind of wanted the pylon to go down. That would have been funny.
Oh god, yeah, a bit of micro there, miscontrol with the Stalkers, so they weren't getting there in time to protect the mineral line, and just like that, 12 probes have gone down.
And with that, Wonder, now having the slight lead in the worker count, does have to be a little bit mindful, as he does, he doesn't quite have his cert base landed yet. He can't quite be producing SCVs or dropping mules. These Stalkers are going to be a massive pain.
Yeah, definitely. We do have this. Yeah, we do have the Stalkers denying the third base for as long as they can. They shaved off quite a number of Marines, so they are getting quite a bit of value here. You know, just kind of being annoying, delaying the third for as long as possible. Meanwhile, Yoyo, he is working on that Colossus tech behind this, and the Banshees are trying to sneak in when they can, but it looks like Wonder, he should finally be able to take his third.
Yeah, slowly but surely. And with that, we are back onto a more balanced game, onto a game that will be going on for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Should be ending anytime soon. Well, I say that, but...
Meanwhile, the Banshee has gotten into the third base. One of the Banshees did get picked off, so only one remains, but it's getting a decent amount of worker kills, and it looks like it'll be able to escape as well.
That Banshee has 13 kills on it.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Cristo.
So yeah, so far this is working out a lot better for Wonder, as opposed to game one.
Exactly.
No, the Banshee. No.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a rip. It survived so much. It got 13 kills, only to be taken out by a Stalker that wasn't even in the original plans.
Yeah. It was just chilling out on the map. It just happened to come across the Banshee. So in the end, the Banshees do finally get cleaned up. Again, Wonder, he got so much value out of them. He got a lot of worker damage. That's exactly what he wanted, even probably more than what he expected, to be honest. Like, oh my god, like that was a lot of damage done. And yeah, so he's going to be able to transition or get into a better position here when he gets his fourth, as opposed to game number one. So yeah, he's, as you said, like this is working out a lot better for him on Everdream.
Absolutely is. And yeah, I mean, he's built up his army pretty well. It is only 2 Colossus at the moment, which, I mean, depending on how many Zealots Yoyo gets, which at the moment is quite a lot, can potentially die pretty quickly to the amount of tanks that are out. I don't know, it's going to be tricky for Wonder if he decides to engage into that. And alright, for a second I thought he was about to attack, but no, it was just repositioning. Just being a little bit more cautious here on his side of the map.
Yeah, Yoyo, he is warping in more and more High Templar, getting more Archons, and yeah, I mean, maybe this... Yeah, maybe this push would work. I don't know, like, Wonder, he's looking pretty good defensively, like, with all these tanks and Widow Mines.
They're not in position, don't lie. They're not in position, but Yoyo does get detected over there, so Wonder gonna be a bit more cautious when it comes to that northern base. And here we go, as you were saying, like, that was a pretty good defensive position, really good spread on the tanks over there. One of them does go down, but a decent number of the Zealots go down with them. Really good use of the Marauders here from Wonder, not really allowing these Colossus to take out too many of the Marines over there, and with that, no more buffer. Wonder, he was looking like he was gonna, you know, chase down these expensive units, but decides to play it a bit more cautious, maybe overly cautious.
Yeah, I do think that he definitely could have chased the army down. There isn't too much to protect the army, and maybe he would have been able to chase it all the way to the War Prism and maybe snipe the War Prism or something along those lines, but Wonder, he does end up backing off instead, which, I mean, is definitely a way to play this out. Like, he just wants to secure his 4th base, you know, he just wants to get his economy going, and he has Ghost now. Like, the EMP upgrade has finished up as well.
Yeah, and who needs EMPs? You can get some snipes like that. These Widow Mines are actually getting a lot of damage done. Every single one of them attacking the army as it clumped up.
Yeah, all the sentries went down just like that.
Exactly. No wonder, working on that Viking count, working on just getting more and more of just about everything. Ghosts, Marauders, even getting a second starport out at the moment. Once this 2-2 finishes up, I can't imagine he'd do anything but push.
Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned because he hasn't scouted the production recently, so he doesn't know that actually Colossus production has completely stopped. We do have Yoyo going for Disruptors and Storm both at the same time, transitioning into different kinds of AoE, as well as getting that Dark Shrine. So yeah, hopefully Wonder doesn't commit too much to Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that Wonder is getting more Vikings, as, you know, there's still 3 Colossus out, and obviously you want to try to take out the War Prism as quick as you can, but I'm with you there. Landed Vikings can do decently against mechanical Protoss units, but if once Yoyo decides I should get more Zealots out, I can't imagine the Vikings doing much.
Yeah, definitely. And something that I would love to see. There we go. There we have it. We have Liberators on the way. I think he started and then canceled it. I'm not too sure. We have a Fusion Core on the way. This time I imagine it's for Lib range. That's exactly what you want against this Protoss.
Yeah, that you do. Very nice scan on top of the Warpism, but he's not really taking advantage of that so much. Decent storms, but not really taking out a lot. The Warpism with most of the Templar does go down. The Colossus are down. The Disruptors completely off cooldown. This is an absolute steamroll light. Look at the difference in army supply.
Exactly. Everything just melted for the Protoss player. Yoyo, sometimes he goes up. This time he went down as Wonder with decent splits. And again, it's just Disruptors right now. All the Colossus went down. There are no more High Templar.
That there are not. I do like that Yoyo is trying to get more and more results in, as those are the units that do decently well against the big Marauder count. That was in Artosis Pylon. So many Warpins just canceled just there. Not canceled, sorry, killed right there. And with that, this is way too much.
Exactly, there's just too much bite here. There's plenty of ghosts. The Vikings have landed as well. We have Yoyo trying to flank with these Disruptors.
They didn't even care about splitting there. He just sniped them off just like that. He knew he had the DPS on his side. GG. Wonder fighting back here, giving us our... Is this going to be our first non-3-0 tonight, like?
It is.
How does Yoyo do that? Well, I mean, he does go up and down.
Exactly.
Same thing happened last week.
Oh my god, it's what he does, you know. He's the one who makes the series close, whether he likes to or not. It is his namesake. Goes up, goes down. Can't explain that.
Goes all around. There's some sick Yoyo tricks. I remember 2009-ish in my childhood. That was when Yoyos became, for some reason, the big thing.
Oh, did you have a mechanical Yoyo?
Well, the thing is, they tried to sell these mechanical-ish Yoyos, which are like metal from like Japan or whatever, and had a lot of marketing. And I tried to get one, but my parents were like, "That's dumb. Get a plastic Yoyo." From like a market or something. Or from the what's it called? The capsule machine.
God damn it. Did you learn any tricks is the big question. Can you do any tricks with the plastic Yoyo?
I only learned the, what's it called? I think it's called what's Hourglass. That's the only one I learned. Not sure if I can do it now. Yeah, that's the one trick that is like simple and doesn't really stress anyone. Doesn't stress the Yoyo or the Yoyo guy using the Yoyo.
For us, it was back in 2005, 2006. That was when Yoyos were the big thing. And yeah, you get your mechanical Yoyo. You'd like oil them as well, if I recall.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You put like lube in the, what's it called? Not the string, but like the part where it connects to the string.
Yeah, it's like the yeah. I don't know what it's called, but that part.
Yeah, you know that part.
Yeah.
Did you learn any tricks?
Nah, just the simple stuff, right? Like you walk the dog, you know, you
Oh, I remember walk the dog actually.
Yeah, there's I can't remember what they're called, but there was like the sleeper or something. I can't remember, man. There was you rock the cradle, right? All that stuff. Yeah. Around the world.
Wait, is rock the cradle the hourglass?
I think so. When you said hourglass, that's what it sounds like.
Called it the hourglass, but rock the cradle makes more sense because you're rocking the Yoyo back and forth.
You are. I don't know why it's called the hourglass, but I guess it's kind of like a grandfather clock, right? Like the
a little bit.
Yeah. How it like goes back and forth.
Yeah. And speaking of going back and forth, these two players.
You ready?
I am walking the dog.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
And here we have it now on Ice and Chrome LE. LE, of course, standing for Leprechaun Energy. Leprechaun Energy. And why is that? Why do we have Leprechaun Energy on this map light? It is because leprechauns are tricky. They're hidden to chrome. They're hidden to chrome in bottles of Dare Ice coffee, which you can get now at your local Woolworths. Or, wait, what's the name of that servo that was in the Super Walk video?
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. Wait, was it a 7-Eleven? It probably was. Wait. Yeah, probably was 7-Eleven. I mean, 7-Eleven, yeah, I mean, it's always a lot of gas stations. Like, in the top right corner map, starting all the way in the top right corner map, we have the green Protoss player coming out from the land of America. He went up, now he's down. Now he's looking to go all around town. Can he do it? Representing all inspiration, we have Yoyo.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ice and Chrome LE, we have the American Terran player representing Remember the Game. It is Wonder.
You know, I just realized something. Like, while we were on the topic of Evanescence last game, what were these players? You can make musical puns from them, from their names, right? Because you've got Wonder Wall, and they've got Yo-Yo Ma.
Sure. Yeah, why not? I know none of these song
Yo-Yo
names.
Ma do a cover of Wonderwall.
Is Wonderwall an artist or a song name? I don't know. I could...
Wonderwall is a song. It's terrible. Everyone's done a cover of it. But has Yo-Yo Ma done one?
That's the question. Has he? Who knows? We'll find out. And yeah, so far, pretty standard openers. Okay. Do you think Wonder is going to go Banshees again?
No, actually. I feel like he's done it twice in a row at this point. He's gotten the success that he wanted to get, done with it. I feel like this game he's going to open up with something a little bit different and transition to something different as well.
Yeah, I would hope so. Like, he had a lot of success with it in the previous game. I hope he has more up his sleeve in this best of 5 series. That's kind of what it comes down to here in tournament play, is that on the ladder you can have like this one thing that you do over and over again in the matchup, but you can't really like get away with that in tournament play. Like, your opponent gets used to it, they adapt, they get better.
Or so I hope not.
You're like, but that's all I do. I have my board built.
Matchup. Like, why I gotta learn more? Already learning statistics.
Exactly. Why do they gotta learn? Why? They're
why
not
gotta learn? Exactly.
Oh God. All
Why
right.
in school?
We'll see. As so far, this looks the same. So far,
it actually does. It really does.
Yeah.
Are we going to see an add-on swap, or is it going to be just a build? Yep, there we go. Tech Lab on top of the starport. I guess I owe you a beverage light.
You're like, you know what? Wonder, he's my kind of guy. 1 build per matchup. That's all you need.
Well, it depends on the build.
Exactly.
If this was armoried. If this was armory Widow Mines every single game, my guy. But it's Cloak Banshees. But speaking of Cloak Banshees, Yo-Yo rushing into the Dark Shrine. Does he know that this isn't a PvZ?
Oh my God, this is interesting. So he okay. So I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think anything of it because he did go for a Twilight Council opening. So I'm like, oh, okay, he's gonna go Blink. That's what he's been doing. This is the standard thing that you do against Terran. Like, it's a solid defensive play. But no, he doesn't go for Blink. Instead, he's going for a fast Dark Shrine, and we'll see how this works out for him. Like, this could do well. This could fall in its face. I don't know. Depends how much energy you have.
It's gonna be his Wonder Wall.
It could be his Wonder Wall, or it could be his Wonder Boy? Question mark? I don't.
Soldier Boy?
It could be his Soldier Boy. We'll see, as the Warp Prism is going to be coming into the main base, and it will be warping in some DTs. There is energy for... No, there's no energy quite yet, but there should be soon in the main CC.
Justice energy. Don't throw down the mule. Don't throw down the mule, Wonder. Don't do it. And now he should get a tip off. There's some stuff I need to take care of. Opening up the DTs. Marines really start to bleed out this Warp Prism, but pretty nice control coming out from Yo-Yo. Does manage to make it out of there with a living Warp Prism, as well as 2 DTs.
Yeah, That was pretty impressive. He was able to keep both DTs alive, forced a single scan. There should be another scan available soon. Yes, there is in the natural CC. So yeah, these DTs, they shouldn't be doing too much other than, of course, forcing the Terran to scan.
Yeah, which, I mean, doesn't have to be a big deal, but especially in the early game, if Wonder it can set Wonder's economy behind by quite a bit, especially if he plans to go on some sort of timing attack.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we do see, I love it, like 2 scans have been used and so far 0 DTs have died. Yoyo, he's been so on top of babysitting them, keeping them alive. But as all this was happening, Wonder, he does have 2 Banshees out. They are to the north, looking to sneak in to the main base of Yoyo.
Yeah, right now this is Wonder saying, where's your detection? Huh? I've got scans, what about you, buddy?
Yeah, and the Warp Prism was so close to being taken out as the Cyclone had locked onto it and the Raven's chasing it down to throw down a missile turret, an auto turret.
Yeah, but a Raven, I believe a Raven and the Warp Prism without upgrades are the same speed. So yeah, a Raven not really gonna get too much done. You just need to move up a little bit, Wonder. Just move up a little bit with that Raven. As the Cloak Banshees moving north.
Exactly, his attention is here on the Cloak Banshees, and oh my god, they're actually getting a decent amount of probe kills. So far, 7 probes have gone down, completely forces all the workers off of the mineral line. And oh my god, like there is detection, there is some anti-air, but the Banshees, they can just kite.
Super maneuverable they are. There's just not enough Stalkers here for Yoyo to really start splitting up, but a quick warp in at the third base will be enough, or should be enough, to just sort of sandwich Wonder in that dead space location.
Yeah, but I mean, again, like they just don't have enough range. So these Banshees are just going to chill here for a moment, and whenever they want, they can just dip on in and get some more probe kills, forcing Yoyo to keep some supply here. Otherwise, he's risking, you know, losing more probes. Like he's just forced to keep some attention there. Meanwhile, Yoyo tries to get some DTs into the natural, but is pushed away.
That Warp Prism is still alive, like.
It's so
barely
close.
alive, but.
Oh my
still
god.
Alive.
Go
yeah,
Ravens.
It really cannot affect. It really can. Go Ravens. Yeah, it really cannot afford any more hull damage, can it?
Yeah, it's so close. It can be sneezed upon and it will fall down out of the sky. So he has to be so careful. All these tanks are they're a little bit funaded right now. Oh my god.
Yeah, all of them gonna be going down just for free.
Oh god.
This is massive, massive value right now for Wonder. Somebody called him Stevie.
Is he gonna get it? Is he gonna get it? The auto turret!
Not quite yet. Gets to the Sable, but I mean, the Sable doesn't prevent unit from moving. That's unfortunate over there for Wonder.
Yeah, it's just the most unfortunate thing. He just lost 4 tanks. 4 tanks for free. 4 tanks for the price of 1 DT because he saved 3 of the others. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, that was such a big loss for Wonder.
That was a beautiful deal. He's been doing some haggling.
Yoyo, he's on top of his haggling, and he's not done. The Warp Prism, even though it's so close to dying, he's still being so ambitious with it, so aggressive as the DTs are looking to try and sneak into the main base, the natural once again.
Yeah, and I mean, they are within detection range, but if once they go behind the mineral line, not really much they can really do there. Come on, should be the Vikings. Should be the Vikings one there. There we go. In production right now. Is that enough? And he also knows that there are Colossus out, so.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. As Vikings, they're going to be able to shut down the Warp Prism as well as focus on the Colossus. Meanwhile, Yoyo, this entire time he's just been macroing up, and honestly, like, I'm terrified for Wonder right now. Like, it's an understatement. We didn't get to emphasize it, but losing those tanks, that was like borderline game ending. Like 4 tanks like that. Like, Jesus. Borderline
game ending. I think some will argue that at a certain point you do want to get rid of tanks in favor of a different form of supply, but yeah, not when you're in the defensive. Yoyo, +1 weapons and armor, already finished up. Higher up in the army supply, economy. I mean, he took a bit of a hit with those 12 probes, right? But more than made up for it. And now, completely untouched. Once this storm is finished, I can't imagine that he wouldn't just go for it, go for the attack.
Exactly, and it looks like finally the War Prism gets sniped out of the sky by the Marines. The rest of the DTs are going to get cleaned up as well. So I wonder he can breathe freely a little bit there.
Is he going to breathe freely, or is he going to go for a sprint? We have seen in the past that, you know, once War Prism has been taken care of, you know that your opponent not really going to harass you for a while. We've seen a lot of players use this as an opportunity to go for a counterattack. Yoyo is kind of doing that, but doing the more conservative option of it, which is just send out a bit of a double drop.
Yeah, as he was chasing the DTs, so I do hope that he looks to drop. Like, he needs to do something to Yoyo, because Yoyo is getting away with so much. Like, he has his 3 Colossus, Storm is about to finish up as well, he has plenty of High Templar. Like, his army is looking quite terrifying as Yoyo is maxing out. Wonder has to do something to keep Yoyo at home so that he himself can max out.
Send me to a pickup. That is just too #relatable for me, Light.
Oh, God.
And again, things are just slowing down once more. No detection so far on this 4th base for Wonder, so these DTs trying to see what they can get done.
Oh God, if they get another tank! Yo, you do not want to be a tank in Wonder's army. Yeah. Oh my God, these DTs are dealing too much damage, they just keep going, oh my God!
Yeah, I mean, the scan he did have the energy for scan, it just wasn't quite there yet.
Yeah,
Yoyo getting quite a bit of damage done, blinks away once again.
Yeah, it looked like Wonder was focusing on a drop actually, as he was trying to deal some damage across the map, but at the price of those DTs just getting a lot of swipes for free there at the 4th base. Meanwhile, we do have a drop to the south. It gets denied by the main army. There are some Marines to the north, but again, they get cleaned up by the Blink Stalkers as well.
There we go, and I mean, we're talking a lot about Wonder trying to put a dent into Yoyo's army, or economy rather, but it just hasn't happened yet. Like, there are a lot of ghosts right now for Wonder, so maybe if he's able to take this engagement, he can go for that counterattack and, you know, really bring it on home, but yeah, I don't know. Yoyo's being pretty cautious.
Nice EMP though, he was able to land it right dead on top of all the High Templar, denying all those storms, forces 2 of them to morph into an Archon. So yeah, really nicely done. Again, he has a pretty high ghost count, so you can just blanket the army and get rid of all their shields. But what about after the EMPs, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because Yoyo doesn't have shield upgrades right now. He's got armor upgrades.
Right.
That's gonna be the main toughness. I wanted to say armor, but I thought that would be redundant. The shield. No, but shields is a different thing. God damn it.
The beef?
The beef. Yeah, not quite a beef wave over here, but, you know, more of a beef soup. With the Colossus out.
If you will, and here we go. It looks like the main army. Oh, but again, he just hits his face against the wall, right? Yoyo, he just can't break this. Literally, he can't break the position. The depots were raised and then lowered, and yeah, again, the army was blanketed by EMPs. So Wonder, he's on top of his EMPs, and yeah, we'll see. I would love to see like some liberators, right, or some kind of anchor point for his army.
Well, it's gonna be a while before that, Light, as Wonder's already maxed out. Gonna be doing that good old Terran strategy, which is, you know, have a very good defensive position and then go for a harass that will ideally force your opponent to go all in into you. But on a map like Isoprone, Wonder's having quite a bit of trouble right now, especially with all the stacked defense.
Yeah, exactly. He went for a double drop, and it looks like the majority of the Marines were taken out by the cannons in this northern base. Meanwhile, there's another drop to the south, denying the newest base of Yoyo, but at the same time, the DTs!
So much is going on, like that planetary could not out DPS all of those ZTs. Pulling so much of the bio out of position right now for Wonder. Not that many DTs will make it out of there alive, but on the plus side, that was a base for a base.
Exactly. Oh, kind of like there was a force cancel to the south for the Protoss, but Yoyo was able to deny or absolutely kill one of the bases of Wonder. Immediately though, he does have a CC that he does immediately land, so he did have one ready, so it's not the worst case scenario, but my God, they're just all over the place.
They absolutely are. I have a feeling that this is going to be the game of small armies moving across everywhere and never really the big engagement.
Yeah, we'll see. As once again, there's quite a large number of DTs to the north looking to blink in and snipe that CC once again. Meanwhile, the main army of Yoyo is positioning in the center of the map, looking to try and find a way in to the Terran. But my god, he just has such a large bio army, so many ghosts.
Yeah, he definitely does, and I don't know, I'm not really feeling Yoyo's army right now. I gotta tell you, like, the storms are gonna be really good. The disruptors are gonna be pretty good, but what's gonna happen if the storms get EMP'd? What's gonna happen if, you know, Wonder splits against the disruptor shots?
Yeah, I'm just so surprised that there's no War Prism with Yoyo's army. Like, typically you have the War Prism so you can keep safely your High Templar within them so they can't be EMP'd, and you just drop them whenever you want to storm, but he doesn't have that available to him.
There are also a lot of Vikings out, so...
True.
I feel like if you're Yoyo, you have to pick one risk or another.
Yeah, and it looks like both armies are kind of missing each other. Like, Yoyo's army was within Sensor Tower range, so Wonder knew where it was, but he's just ignoring it. He's just pushing across the map.
Yeah, and this does force Yoyo to move all the way back. He does have a little bit of an eye on Yoyo's army right now. So yeah, he's just really trying to go work on picking his opponent apart. A little bit of a base trade, as a lot of DTs are in Wonder's base right now, but here we go. The main engagement should be happening very, very soon. Yoyo has to move in.
Exactly.
Base.
And I don't know if you noticed, but that was so smart. He actually EMP'd the Nexus all the way to the right to deny a recall there, just to make sure that, you know, that didn't come. But here we go. The main army of Yoyo is looking to try and engage. Decent storms.
Definitely is. Should be the EMPs. The EMPs land light. Every single unit has gotten their storms taken out. And here it comes. I feel like Wonder, he has just about twice the army supply. He is looking to end this game, Light.
Exactly. He's done it. Like, that's all you need, apparently. EMPs, blanket, everything. He has so much more energy on his ghost. He can just continue to EMP, continue to just cut the army health in half, and there just isn't enough from Yoyo. He has no High Templar, no Colossus, only a single Disruptor.
But I'll tell you what, like, he does have a lot of DTs. They're in the main base of Wonder right now.
That they are. Yeah, so we do have a little bit of a base trade ball, but it looks like Wonder, he does pick up quite a number of units in these medevacs, and he's going home with them to make sure he doesn't end up in that base trade scenario, to make sure he can protect his bases at home.
Protection is going to be the real game changer right now. Like, he needs to save himself some scans. He needs, you know, to fight within missile turret range and to keep those missile turrets alive.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, bearing in mind, one of these bases is a planetary. He only has 2 orbitals left, I believe, so he has to save those scans, and the DTs are actually doing so much here.
Or he could try to EMP those CTs. There's one scan. Let's go for the snipes, which honestly I do kind of like. A lot of missile turrets there just in case. And a pretty good move there. Yoyo trying to go for a bit of a counterattack. Knows how little scans that Wonder has right now, but honestly, he's pretty ballsy still. There's still a lot of MG on these ghosts, a lot of EMP potential, and
exactly.
Now Wonder, he's got the army to spare to just sort of split up.
Yeah, who needs scans when you have EMPs? But oh my god, there are so many DTs going to the south side of the map. The army is a little bit out of position. There's definitely an opportunity here for Yoyo, but he's hesitating. He's not going for it. All right, there we go.
There we definitely go. All of these ETs get EMP. Good cancel on top of that planetary, and he will keep this base alive. Absolutely unreal, Light.
Wow.
Meanwhile, up towards the north, he cancels a Nexus run just like that. Beautiful dropping coming in from Wonder. A little bit of harass was trying to get that Yoyo was trying to get done over in this planetary. Taken out. Wonder so on top of this, but is he going to be on top of the Stargate transition? Tempest already making their way across the map.
Exactly, Tempests are on the way, and it was so clutch. Wonder immediately, as soon as the DTs pounced upon that CC, he lifted it, but the Tempests are getting caught out in the center of the map.
Well, yeah, getting sandwiched from 3 sides over here, Light. And with that, I can't imagine Yoyo is lucky his chances too much after this. This game was so close for the longest time, but now Wonder really stepping it up.
Exactly.
He ain't the Wonder Wall, Light. He's Stevie.
he's blind.
I mean,
oh my god, he doesn't even need it. He's playing with his eyes closed right now as Wonder is.
I may not have thought that one out.
It's fine, we can go with it as Wonder. He has so much here, still so much energy on these ghosts, and especially with catching those Tempests in the center of the map. Like, what is there? There's a single Disruptor and a single Colossus here.
There definitely is. This army is very overstimmed though. but the EMPs do manage to land, and as you were saying, like, one Disruptor and one Colossus not going to be able to do much. These chargelets can absolutely change the game if Wonder isn't careful, but he is very, very careful.
Oh, he's overstepping though.
Yeah, he definitely is, but with the EMPs and these Vikings from the back being just a little bit annoying. And I mean, now Yoyo down to one mining base, trying to get another one up, and I mean, it's still throwable right now for Wonder.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like his army, like the main army of Wonder is so fragile at the moment. Like there's a lot of firepower. It's like his army is a glass cannon at the moment. Like he can do so much with it, or he would just lose it all in a big engagement. Like if he's not careful. I will say that as you were about to say, like Wonder, he does have a good economy. Like he can continue to pump out army. Yoyo, he so desperately needs the space to the north, but it's about to be dropped on.
Yeah, it is. And that's a lot of Marauders. Like, they take out a Nexus like nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Yo-Yo doesn't exactly have the most mobile army, and it's nowhere in position to deal with that. But it is a fairly potent army, and with Wonder's army with Wonder kind of split up like that, there's a chance here for Yo-Yo to just end the game. But I'm really liking what Wonder is doing right now. He's keeping his air army in the back over there, just trying to have a bit of a an ambush. An ambush is what is going on right now. Not enough anti-air, nowhere near enough anti-air. I feel like that was the final hurrah over there for Yoyo. Wonder should be taking this game now.
Exactly. Everything goes down for Yoyo. Wonder takes the final engagement, and as all that was happening, he was able to deny that Nexus to the north as well. Sure, there's a DT in the middle of this being annoying, which, you know, as long as he has one scan, he should be able to deal with it, and that's all that Yoyo has. Like, it's just this one lone DT.
Yeah, maybe it's getting a lot of damage done. The EMP kind of whiffed over there. It's definitely unfortunate, but he's lifting all of his bio, trying to go for... Can you call it Doom Drop at this stage? I feel like this is more of a, I'm tired of this. Get out of my game already, drop.
Yeah, like the economy just isn't there for Yoyo. Like all he has are these DTs, and to be fair, they can make like wonders happen, if you will. Like the ghosts, like the majority of them died. Like he doesn't have as much EMP available to him. Same with scans. So
there's maybe one EMP left. Wonder does. For the time being, anyway. I believe the Ghost Academy got sniped earlier on, so yeah, he's not making any more of those units for a while. But I mean, just look at his bank right now. He doesn't need the EMPs. He can just max out on Marines and kill every base before the DTs can get all of the army.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, he's doing the best he can with what he has, and he's being quite annoying with these DTs getting so much value with them. But at the end of the day, are these like couple of DTs, are they enough to win the game for him?
I think one more scan just about ends the game right now for Wonder's favor, but he's actually backing off because he doesn't quite have that scan. Just trying to go into a position where detection is available for him.
Yeah, it's important to bear in note that he only has 2 orbitals. Like, that's all he has, so he does have limited scan energy available to him. I do like that he's going back, though. Like, he can fight within missile turret range, but there's no missile turret here.
And there we have it. Yoyo does not like his chances at all. GG is called, and Stevie, he may be blind, but he saw them DTs. Takes it to game number 4. Lordy light, lordy.
Hey,
I can't decide if this was my favorite game or if the Lurker game was my favorite one tonight.
Mate,
I'm gonna go for this one just because it's a TVP.
Just like Daredevil, mate. You don't need to see, mate. He sees despite being blind.
Just like Stevie.
Just like Stevie.
He hears.
Oh god.
No. We're here now, copyright banned.
It's okay. I think you were out of tune enough, so it's all good.
We need to paraphrase. It's more like instead of that phrase, it's more of quite. What's something else in superstitious? Quite spiritual but traditional. The drawings are on the barricade. Dark. Felines. I don't remember the rest of the lyrics.
What are you trying to sing?
Superstitious.
Okay.
I just, to be honest, I just remember the bass line.
Mm-hmm.
No.
All right, here we go. Game number 4. It looks like it will be on Death Aura.
Oh boy.
All right, here we go. Yaku, are you ready?
Yes, I am for the... Oh, actually the ace match. Well, we're probably going to get the ace match after this.
Go 3, 2, 1.
And I say that because we are now on Death Aura LE. LE, of course, standing for Lions exist. Lions exist. Get over it. Alright? In the top left-hand corner map, spawning all the way to the top left-hand corner map, we have the green Protoss player coming out from the land of America. He is currently down in the series 2-1, which is why he's about to win this map, bring it all the way to the ace, as he is the player who goes up and down, and up and down, and up and down, and up and down. Goes to take the dog for a walk, goes for the cradle rockin', goes for the grandfather clock, goes for the hourglass. He is the player with the lubed string. Representing all inspiration, we have Yoyo.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the American Terran player representing, remember the game, not Brazil. He is Stevie. He may be blind, but he doesn't need to see. He's amazing at what he does. He is Wonder.
No.
I wonder if there's someone out there who plays StarCraft blind. Like,
probably.
Like, I know there's been a couple of times. There's been a couple of times where we've made Crank play blindfolded on stream.
Yeah.
That's happened.
About how you'd expect.
I think
I remember there was a time where I think it was. No, wait. Yeah, he played blind, but Oli Moly was the one who was describing what was happening on the screen.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. I'm pretty sure he made it a YouTube video. And he was going...
that game.
Yeah, he went for... I'm pretty sure he went for like a 12 first, like a pool first, sorry. And he just like rushed lings across the map. Like, that's why he was like, where's the corner? Like, he was just moving across the map with his lings. And yeah.
He won that game.
He didn't.
But he did win the Hearthstone game.
He did. I'm just saying it's possible. You know, people out there have tried, and I'm sure others have tried as well.
Somebody else, dictates what happens in the game for them.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question: if they were born blind, then what do you think they imagine the units are like?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let's ask Wonder.
Yeah.
We're getting into game 4, and he's done it 3 games in a row. I imagine he's gonna go 1-1-1 into Banshees, right?
No, this is where he mind drops.
Oh, is he gonna switch things up in game 4?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see.
If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I don't think I'm gonna be wrong, like.
If you're wrong, then you're Yaku. If you're right, you're also Yaku. That's fine.
Yeah. See, he's actually getting Hellions. Well, I mean, Hellion drop.
He's getting the tech lab.
He canceled the Hellion and got the tech lab. Okay, well, he hasn't gotten the tech lab on his currently building starport yet.
That's true. It's impossible to do that, but you know, you're not wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's one way that, you make sure that you don't get a little too uppity as a Terran player.
Ooh, meanwhile, Yoyo, he is going for a Twilight Council opening. He is going for a faster third Nexus, so I can't imagine he's going to be going for a DT opener. I imagine he's going to go for a much safer standard. There it is, Blink Stalker opener. So yeah, he's just looking to play this out a little bit more defensively. Meanwhile, Wonder, he's just doing what he does.
He's doing wonderful things, if you will. And yeah, I guess the question that I have right now for Yoyo is he going to be more defensive of his Blink Stalkers or aggressive? We see it more often than not, in my opinion, on Death Aura specifically. A lot of Protoss players just trying to take advantage of, the map and using the strengths to what they can, using the strengths for them. what was I trying to say? Yeah. Specifically, I saw Trap did something I'd never seen before. In natural base, he sort of blinked in and blinked out, which I didn't even know was possible.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And that was in DreamHack against Innovation.
We'll see if Yoyo does something similar, as at the moment he is looking to be pretty defensive. Meanwhile, Wonder, he's going for what he went for in game number 1. He's pulling the boys, looking to throw down some bunkers. And yeah, this push is looking to be quite strong. There's only 3 Stalkers here and a Sentry, no shield batteries at the third base.
And this is pretty rough to say the least right now, Light.
Yeah, I almost want to say that the third Nexus is kind of forfeit. Like, he's warping in more and more Stalkers, looking to try and get enough to break this, but I don't know if he's going to have enough.
Yeah, well, for the time being, not quite. Does have the row facility available for him, so he can try to get an Immortal out, which, you know, is the bunker-busting, tank-killing unit, but yeah, it's actually going for a Robo Bay right now.
Yeah, and the Nexus goes down, and just like that, he cancels his bunkers, and Wonder, he's satisfied. He kills the Nexus and goes back home.
Yeah, he doesn't even care about that Banshee going down. It's a bit of a freebie.
Exactly, like the damage has been done, and Yoyo, that was such a big investment just gone down the drain. He is forced to remake that third Nexus over to the right hand side instead, and as you were saying, he is going for a Robo Bay, but his economy is hindered because of what Wonder did, and we'll see if he goes for it. Oh, I was hoping for Disruptors, but he's going for Colossus.
Yeah, I mean, Colossus, I feel like there's a bit of a scale, if you will, where when you're up against this kind of composition coming out from Wonder, single Colossus ain't going to do much, but once you hit a critical mass of maybe 3 or 4 Colossus, provided you have the right buffer units, you really don't have to worry too much about these tanks.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it looks like another Banshee's going to be picked off here.
Well then. And we thought that Wonder was the one who was born blind but can sense things, but Yoyo also heightened senses over there.
I thought you were going to say Yoyo also blind.
Yoyo also blind.
God damn it.
I felt like that was implied enough. That's why I didn't want to explicitly say, yeah, he's blind, mate.
Exactly. And a scan does get wasted as he was trying to scan and take out the Observer, and yeah, well, he does shave off a couple of Stalkers here and there, looking to still get on top of that Observer. Oh, gets it.
And he does. Yeah, does get right on top, takes it completely out of the map. And from here, you know, Wonder, he's got a lot of freedom. He is just looking to, you know, work on his timing. He's getting his Combat Shield as well as his Stim. Yoyo, not in a terrible place economically, as, you know, he recovered getting the third base out, but yeah, I mean, the fact that he just wasn't mining from there for just the longest time does eat into his eventual defense.
Yeah, definitely. And we do have Wonder. I'm surprised that he's still invested in getting that third and final Banshee. Like, it is still here. He hasn't been able to do much with it quite yet, but there is definitely potential there available to him if he does want to sneak it across the map. I mean, I'm sure Yoyo wouldn't expect it across the map to do too much. So yeah, that is always available to him. Meanwhile, Yoyo, he's just macroing on up, getting a decent Colossus count, and then throwing down his Templar Archive so he can get that Storm.
Exactly. I feel like that is Yoyo's best case scenario right now, right? Just get as much AoE as he can. Maybe get a 4th base, but he definitely wants to play it a little bit more defensively. He wants to go for that one of those more old school sort of, I'm going to deflect the waves of Terran thrown at me, and then go into the mid to late game with a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, that's what you want to. That's what you want to go for. Meanwhile, Wonder, he does have the Banshee. Did go all the way across the map, and it's here at the third base. Because there's a shield battery, I don't see it doing too much, but it's still here. It's being annoying. Ooh, even forces a recall.
Nicely done.
Yeah, and he sneaks on into the natural. So again, he's just being annoying here with it. You know, getting as much damage as he can. As again, the Banshees didn't really do too much for Wonder this game.
Yeah, but, I mean, as you said, just seeing whatever they can do, how annoying they can really be, and actually being able to take off a couple of these probes, not quite in the range of the shield battery over there, but Yoyo, he's fine with that.
Yeah.
He's starting to move in.
Exactly, he has all these chargelets, he has 3 Colossus, he does not have a War Prism. Oh, it is lagging behind a little bit. It is out in the middle of the map, and looking to find an angle here, as it looks like Wonder doesn't really know where the army is.
Yeah, just trying to position his army in the most spread out way, just so that no matter where he moves in from, he'll be somewhat covered. But now that he knows that the army is towards the left over there, he is going to be repositioning, making sure that every unit can hit the army of Yoyo. And honestly, this is a really nice choke point for Wonder to make use of. If he makes use of it, Yoyo backing away.
Yeah, I love the SimCity here. Like, again, all these depots, like the CC as well, is just going to disrupt the charge from the Zealots. It's going to make it so difficult for Yoyo to push up the ramp.
For now, Wonder trying to land a cert CC, which may not be the best idea right now. And there we go. He does back away from over there. Maybe trying to just bait the army into him.
The Banshee came back.
At least probably the tanks, which I do like a lot. The Banshee did come back. All right, Warp Prism does kind of pull the army back a little bit, but beautiful split right now for Yoyo. Not bringing back any unnecessary units of Viking. Not quite there to kill out that Warp Prism over there.
Oh, and yeah, he's split apart a little bit as this is the moment as Yoyo pushes in, gets on top of the tanks, gets two at the moment, looking to get on top of the third tank as well, and Wonder,
I don't think he can. This is a box. This is a box of tanks right now, Light. Every single angle, this army of Yoyo is going to be hit. Pulls the boys just for good measure, but doesn't even need it. Look at that army supply difference right now, Light. And Wonder is looking to chase this all the way back. Every single Zealot has been completely taken out. These Archons, these Colossus are looking so vulnerable. And know what else is like? All these bases. This juicy Protoss economy.
Exactly, like he was pushed back again. The War Prism went down as well. There's nothing keeping Wonder at home, so he's pushing across the map. Sure, he is lacking in medevacs as he could, like, he's risking like overstimming, but at the moment, it's like he has so much momentum going for him. He can just keep pushing. The only thing he has to be worried about is these disruptors.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I feel like there's a graph between how confident you are in your micro and how worried you are about disruptors. Which, funnily enough, the more confident you are, the more you have to, pay attention.
Exactly, and Wonder does end up pulling back, and I don't think that's necessarily the wrong call. I think he took an amazing engagement. His opponent went up the ramp and thought he saw an opportunity, but really he was trapped. He was boxed in, was completely surrounded, and Wonder, he can just kind of chill at the moment, regain that medevac count and then push out strong once he maxes out.
Exactly. He has the freedom to do so. He knows his opponent isn't going to be doing anything. He knows his opponent is going to be rebuilding that army. They're not going to be making any crazy tech switches in the air or anything.
Exactly, and we do see Yoyo, he realizes the situation he's in, he's double expanding at the moment. He needs something to go his way. He needs to get away with some kind of greed at the moment because, again, for the most part, his army was reset. He lost all his Colossus, lost all his Archons went down earlier as well, so he had to remake them, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. As Wonder, he does have a double drop out across the map.
Exactly, and it's starting to hit basically the freshest base right now for Yoyo. Are we going to see a recall? No, we do not.
Oh yeah, all the Stalkers go down here at the third base, and at the same time there's a drop to the north as well, trying to deny one of the newest bases. So many probes are going down as well. Yoyo, he's being pulled apart.
That was just one medevac, Light. That was just one medevac, and it brought back the entire army of Yoyo. Now Wonder going straight into the main base, which you can do from there. This recall not only getting a handful of Stalkers, which honestly may not be enough. Oh, but he is bringing the medevacs away.
That he is, but I mean, he already did the damage. He was able to kill one Nexus here to the south, and he was able to deny the northern Nexus as well, and now the main army is pushing out across the map. He's basically maxed out 190 supply, mate.
Versus 158. And I mean, Archons and Disruptors, yeah, there's potential that a lot can go wrong right now for Wonder, but he's got the ghosts. See, look at those EMPs going down, Light. Look at all those Vikings starting to land. Beautiful split, and honestly not the best use of Purification Nova either. These Disruptors completely dead supply right now, and this is looking to be GG. Looks like we're going to get 2 Terran players. There we have it. In the semifinals.
Exactly, there just wasn't enough there. GG gets called, and Wonder takes the series 3-1.
What a funky dude.
What a guy. Stevie does it again. He just whips it out and advances all the way to the semis.
Yeah, he absolutely does. Which, you know what that means? Like, there's no more PvP for this tournament.
Oh my god, the potential for PvP isn't there. There's only one Protoss left.
There's no more PvP for this tournament.
All right, so we're not going to be casting the rest of NA Contender. We're going to be handing it off to Creighton. He's going to cast the rest.
Yep, this does not meet our contracted, obligated, what's it called? PvP quota. So, you know, what are you going to do?
But GG, well played. Wonder, what a guy. What a way to end out the series. He proved to us that, mate, you just need one opener. Just need one build. Yeah. That's all you need.
Exactly. That's how I usually do it.
Oh my god. And what a series. What a way to end out the night. You know, it was a bunch of 3-0s throughout the day, but Wonder and Yoyo doing what he does best, going back and forth, and it was great.
Up and down, left and right, sideways, all around the town. Walking the dog and rocking the cradle.
God damn it.
Yeah. What a guy.
What a guy. Congratulations to all the players who advanced to the semifinals. LastSurprise, Seigifried, Benjadeath, and Wonder. And yeah, we will be returning next week with the semis as well as the finals. We'll cast both next week.
Yeah, I'll keep posted.
We'll see.
See if it's gonna be possible for me specifically.
Definitely. We'll figure it out.
October.
It is, mate. We're almost done with 2020.
Green Day's almost gonna wake up.
Almost gonna get woke.
They're almost gonna get woke.
Ever dream, it's ending. It's getting out of the map pool.
And September ends. Wait, 2020 is almost over.
Yeah, it is. We've only got a handful of months left, man. It's
freaking COVID, man.
I know, right? It just blew by. It's been crazy.
Oh, yeah, it is airborne.
It is. But it's been great, you know, covering NA Contender. Of course, shout out to Sugar. He is the man behind NA Apprentice and NA Contender. If you've heard of it, NA Apprentice, that's where all the NA players, like the pro players, they go back and forth. NA Contender, that's like the code A of NA Apprentice, if you will. That's where the people who don't quite make it into Apprentice, and who are limited to 5.2k MMR, they compete here. And yeah, Sugar is just doing the best he can to support the NA scene.
Definitely is. And you know what? If you would like to help Sugar out a little bit, !Matcherino in the chat will bring you to NA Contender Season 4, the Matcherino page there. There is still time to contribute to the map pool. I'm not quite sure if the coupon codes have been used up yet. But yeah, go ahead and give it a try. 2020 Contender 4, see if that does anything. And if it doesn't, then, well, yeah, good job, everybody. But if not, you can also, you know, consider dropping a donation there, which unfortunately will be out of your own pocket, but I'm pretty sure Sugar will appreciate it. The players will appreciate it. It goes directly to them.
Yeah. If you so wish, you can donate some of your own money to bolster the prize pool for NA Contender. It's completely up to you. Otherwise, you can use that coupon code to give 50 cents for free. And mates, what a night, what a day. It's been great.
Yeah, I mean, there's something special about NA Contender, I gotta tell you, like.
Yeah. It's a bit of a shame that like we do this through replays, but other than that, like I love it.
And sometimes the replays are old.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like Latin America, but Wild West, which makes sense because it's a bit north. Yeah,
Texas.
Exactly. That's where we were saying NA Contender, but really they're all secretly from Texas, much like Dally Cat.
Much like Dally Cats. And with that, thanks everyone for
strikes am I on for her with her. How many strikes am I on about the whole Dallas thing?
It's fine. It's fine. She's from Dallas. It's fine. But Yaku, where can people find more of you?
Twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. I may or may not stream this Sunday. It will depend on whether or not Well, I'm going to try to get some schoolwork done. I don't really have deadlines for a while, but I'm going to try to see what I can get done. And if I find myself in the zone, then I probably won't stream this Sunday. But if not, then I'm gonna be. I don't know if I'm gonna continue Darkest Dungeon. I gotta tell you, like, I wiped about 90% of the party. Princess told me I should make a new save, but I'm like, do I? I'm not sure what else it's streamed though. Actually, still got me Fallout 4 and Fallout 2 recently. Maybe I can try to get into that.
I think you should commit
Probably
to Darkest Dungeon.
I'm gonna commit to Darkest Dungeon for as long as you commit to XCOM 2.
Yeah,
I'll commit to Darkest Dungeon. Probably won't be streaming StarCraft though. Like, streaming StarCraft to me is just it's a little bit of pressure.
For sure.
I like StarCraft on its own. I don't mind that.
Yeah. And speaking of,
other than that, Turakam.
No, go on. Go ahead.
Okay, Turakam at Empora Yakuzaku. Exclamation mark Discord. You can find myself as well as the other members of CranKy Ducklings. Go ahead and join it. It's a great time. You can see a lot of clips and whatnot. And other than that, buy my shirts. What about you, Light?
Light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. Again, speaking of XCOM, you can follow me there as on Twitch as I do go live. I haven't streamed this week quite yet. I've been kind of busy. Unfortunately, I've been kind of out of it, but I am definitely considering streaming tomorrow some XCOM. I do have, of course, the entire CranKy squad as a team there. You know, I'm trying to make it through. I'm trying to, finish the game, and I've already lost a couple. Of course, Claire and Kuro were the first to go. Unfortunately, I feel so bad for Kuro. It was her second mission. Like, oh my god.
You still haven't recruited me yet, have you?
Nope. Nope. I've recruited Daunted, and I've tried so much to like get him out on the field, but not quite yet either.
Bartender.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. But thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back next week with more NA Contender.
I don't know if you're watching, but hi, Rain and Ortranese. That's my last thing to go. You can go.
All right. And of course, we'll be live tomorrow evening for some Master Swan Open if you're interested. Master Swan Open, of course, is our bronze to 4.9k MMR bi-weekly that we run every single Friday. We alternate between Master Swan Open and Sea Duckling Open, so do tune into that, as you can currently see on the screen, our weekly schedule. And with that, thanks everyone for watching.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bella.